So, traveling across the ocean, you landed on the outskirts, there it is, of Telnoro. You plotted your entry and ran across a group also entering the city who were taken away by local law enforcement, and you made your way into the dirty streets. Winding your way through the murder-infested alleyways, you arrived at the Black Hole Sun, where you met Bruff the Door, Rook, and Mixie. On the way, you did have a run-in with Ashbit Nettlecloak, an erratic bird person who you told you'd meet at the Monarch Assassin. Rook from the Black Hole Sun took you to his cool root cellar, where he told you about the Spiked Glove being in control of the city, and that a large influx of money had also come in and been dispersed amongst the gangs. Not a lot of work being taken, as everyone seems to have been paid off. Although the gangs still are the way they always have been, maybe just a bit more satiated, maybe. You met with Zanladir, who told you about a new adventure within the pit to possibly uncover more Fulton door fragments or shards, and learned that he has become a bit more powerful in the weeks since you saw him last. He's also acquired some more powerful tools. Garen had a run-in with a local orc named the Bleeder, who didn't stand to be much of a threat. You met with Garrett Yonazion, who, after a long conversation, essentially forgave you for dispatching Matthias Terramore and gave you your money. He said he would keep an eye on the group, and that while the relationship would be a bit tenuous, the resistance will take all the help it can get. He told you that Dreek doesn't really want to talk to any of you, but that the new HQ, essentially, of the resistance is in the Locked Mind, and that is where you can drop off Buttercup. Dreek has decided to take up with the rebellion, and you can let them know who you are at the Locked Mind, and they'll let you in. You did tell him your new group name. And then he ended with, for a group that says they'll get the job done, you certainly proved yourself by taking down Anaria's watch. And he turned towards Clovis and winked towards Garen, saying, I am from Hyalus. And that is where we pick back up. You all sit around a table, Garen sitting on the floor. I don't know if Dara was standing or not. But Garrett Yonazion has just exited the Black Hole Sun, which we'll get back to our music for that establishment. So as you all sit around the table, having just had this long conversation, I have absolutely no recollection as to what time it is. I believe you arrived in the morning, and it's only been a short time since you've been here.
I think it was like around 3 or 4.
In the afternoon?
No, not even that late.
No.
We've only been here like an hour, maybe a bit
we
more.
haven't been here very long at all.
I'm gonna put it at 11 a.m. at this point.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll have it. You guys have, I believe, been given drinks and some sustenance as well.
Okay, a bottle of whiskey.
I think Garen was ravenously consuming the meat, but was not consuming the chips that were
Yeah, salted meat.
Salted meat. And
I was given a second because of Razir being so kind.
Yeah.
You did say that you had left Buttercup back at the ship. And so,
yes.
Telnoro, as it stands, as it ever stood, is at your disposal.
Well, that went better than I could have hoped it to go.
I'm just.
He seems like an alright guy.
Slouch back in my chair with the bottle in hand and drinking straight from.
He seems like an alright guy. He seems like a coward.
A coward.
I didn't read him as a coward.
How did you expect that to go? Just,
Poorly. Very poorly.
and that wasn't poorly?
No, that was great.
Not that well.
All right.
I mean, he didn't have any of us killed. He didn't bring a bunch of extra goons.
Actually, yeah. No, you're right. That could have gone way worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
it could have been way worse, and we also could have been like told.
We could have
that
became enemies. Of
Yeah, and he
the
paid
resistance.
us.
enemies. We could have become enemies, or been told that we're no longer allowed to work with them. So
He could have not paid us.
I'm happy to at least be on a probationary basis, given
And
everything that's
paid.
happened.
Why is everyone ignoring the money? I'm happy with it. Xander, how do you feel after being, such a terrible disappointment to your Zona figure? Garrett Yona Zion Zona figure. You see what I did there? Remember when you told him that you do the nice thing that he asked you to do?
Yeah, I mean it. I don't know what you want me to say. It felt bad letting him down. I don't.
Oh, good. That's all I needed to hear. I'm just teasing you. Anyway, you know, we're here now. I've had a thought recently. Something crossed my mind. While I'm here, I feel like there's a lot of good that I could do in Talnoro.
There's
To,
good to
like-
be done here.
Yeah, a lot of good. So it's kind of been like I've been contemplating it like an hour or two, three at the most. The way it's always been is just how it is. But what if it could be better? What if someone could make it better?
What is?
Yes, yes, Black Star.
So
Right.
Black Star for mayor.
What's your
No!
definition of better?
No,
Now,
no.
Clovis, that is a novel idea. So, just all on my own, I came up with this idea that I'm going to look into how I can make it better here.
But Garen did ask a good question. Better how?
Exactly.
You're a perfect fit to be a politician.
Thank you. I agree with me being a perfect fit for most things, honestly. But, anyway, I just
Right.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Before we get to campaigning for mayor, what are we
Black
going to do
Star
about
for
Buttercup?
mayor, not campaigning. I don't like him very much.
Right. What are we going to do about Buttercup? We going to deal with that now, or what?
I mean, I feel like
we
right
get him
now, we just got here to leave the gates, and how are we going to get Buttercup through the,
The
the crooked
security.
narrows, the entryway?
Oh,
We have
yeah,
to put it in
that's
the
even
hole,
worse.
I think.
Yeah,
Oh!
probably.
Xander, can't you teleport yet? Aren't you? I mean,
Just FYI, for the hole, you have like 10 minutes of air in that.
I was just gonna say all we need is one person to get in and out of wherever we need to go, because then we could just use the chalk to draw a door.
oh,
Can we just go through a door with the?
we could just use the chalk.
We could go over to the locked mind, so that you know that door. Go back to the ship, draw the door with the chalk somewhere on a
Oh.
rock near that ship, and then get back into town that way.
Wait, what? Chalk?
Well,
Just relax.
it's not a permanent door. Hold on, we're talking.
Oh my, who's this young man?
I'm not giving you any more cold air. I'll
Man,
ship
that,
it over to
that new
BT.
jacket you got's really changed your attitude.
Yeah, it's really changed my attitude.
The new jacket you're
I haven't
going to
gotten it
buy.
yet.
Yeah,
the jacket
that
I'm
new
gonna
jacket
buy.
you haven't gotten yet.
It's calling
Um,
you.
But I mean, it won't stay up forever. Like, it's not a permanent door. It only stays up for
A minute.
Oh,
1
is that
minute.
like that thing that what was it?
Yeah, the other guy did.
Zenladir
Yes.
did, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, but to a
Not
yeah, it's kind of what it is.
lesser
Lesser degree.
extent. Yeah, it's not a permanent solution.
But it'd get Buttercup in town
Yeah.
without having to go through the gates.
which I think is that's a fantastic idea.
and
So I
by
guess we should
doing
just-
that, the people, the guards or whatever, the ones running the gate wouldn't know we're in town.
Correct.
Yeah. Make a show of leaving.
Mm-hmm.
They think we're not in town no more.
Dude, that
We would
should
have
we
to be
wait a
careful
bit, 'cause
of,
we've only
uh,
been in town for like what, an hour?
The biggest
No,
the biggest
Yeah,
problem.
I mean, people come and go at Telnor. It's just whether we'd be tailed. We'd have to be watching to that.
yeah, I was gonna say the biggest problem with going back is being tailed and leading them to the ship.
Can't you just go invisible?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
I mean, if
not
who
for a
can't?
whole half hour, but
Does it need to be you that uses the chalk?
no, it could be anybody. That's why I was saying we just need one person to do it.
I can do it.
I mean, that's
The
fine.
master of disguises, you know.
What's the range on the chalk?
It's within
Eyesight.
10 miles.
Okay.
10 miles. Oh.
And then one other point of note, I'm pretty sure you had to have walked through the door that you're attempting to.
Yeah. You have to. But if we could,
I'm
just
pretty
get
sure
Buttercup,
Black Star has been to every bar and place in this town.
Yeah.
Either
not,
way, we go
not
to
only
the-
that.
what-
I was gonna say, like, all we got to do is get Buttercup in. You know, and
Yeah.
we can get Buttercup to wherever we need to take him.
I don't want to take Buttercup through the streets of Town Noro, though.
Yeah, so we go
Right.
to
So
where
we
Okay,
go
so
to the
then
Locked
straight to
Mind. You go get Buttercup and bring him right into the establishment through the door. We
I
we
love
can
it.
sit there and wait, or whatever.
So we should just go to the Locked Mine then.
I mean, unless there's something else you had in mind you want to do. If we got this plan now. We can kind of do it whenever we want. Now that we're not worried about getting in and out of town. My thought was, do we want to? If we were gonna leave town, did we want to do it sooner, or like while that is like, oh, they just got here and they're leaving, but also like, this is us we're talking about. We're gonna get involved in some stuff, and there's probably gonna be more eyes on us the longer we're here.
And I think we should get Buttercup back sooner rather than later. If we wait too long,
I
we get
agree.
involved in something. And I mean, did anyone leave food for the thing? And where's it going to? How to put this delicately?
Same,
Yes,
same place it did the
defecate.
whole flat.
No one's emptying it now into the sky as we're flying, though. Now it's just there, so it's going to generate a smell inside the whirlybird.
leave the windows open.
Did you leave the windows open, Clovis?
I don't even think it has windows.
Well, then I suppose you've
I mean, it's got
defeated
that
your
top
own.
hatch, but
I feel we're speaking circles. Or we need to get the thing because it's going to excuse itself everywhere inside, and I don't want to fly in it after that. I don't care how much prestidigitation has been applied. That's heinous.
Okay, so let's do this now.
all right, yeah.
So
Go to the
then-
Locked Mines.
This is so exciting. All right, I'm gonna stop saying anything. I'm just gonna follow it. Watch how everything unfolds.
Black Star,
Okay.
have you already been to the Locked Mine?
Nope.
So then we'll have
We
to
should
go there
go there
together to
first.
start.
All right, leader, lead us. And I look at Razir.
I thought
I'll go ahead.
I thought you read books, Black Star. You saying you
Which
haven't
book?
been to the Locked Mines?
Nope.
All right. Fair enough.
Plus, I mean, we've got to get there first. I mean, I could. What door? I want to see how it is. I'd like to go and see first to know like where.
Which one is the
maybe they-
fanciest door so that we go through
Well,
that one, right?
Just so that we don't walk into, like, to bring it to the front. What if they, what if there's someone? What if there are spies? We're in Town Noro. You never know who's looking at what.
Everyone looking at everything, what I assume.
Good assumption.
Strong
I mean,
assumption.
Well, nothing to do but to go there and see then.
let's do
This
it.
is so exciting.
Okay.
Do you think we're gonna get any hassle from them? That one group that shot at us. Well, me. Now that we're moving into Road's End.
I mean, really, it only just happened, so I think we'll be okay. There'll probably be another minute before anything really crazy happens. And
All right.
I think the Locked Mine is. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is close to where you did what you did. If they come up, they come up. We'll see. Maybe we could use the seeming thing that Clovis had been talking about before. Just to go unmolested for this short period.
Oh, the what? Is that a freaking thing here at Del Noro?
What?
Never
Unmolested?
mind.
Yeah, it's not a It's not high on the list.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Stand
You
up
all
and get moving.
get up from your table and exit. Rook kind of just gives you a very light salute as he goes back to kind of playing along with this still seemingly sourceless music coming from the tavern. Kind of yells towards Blackstar. Hey, well, Pepper did have your back. Just come on in and let Bruff know you're coming in, and we will make sure you don't get jumped. Expecting some interesting folks a little bit later today.
Interesting how?
The usual interesting. I don't really get into specifics on things. I don't want to let people tip people off to certain hazards that might be around. I don't know if you're staying here for the night. I mean, I don't recall you guys getting a room or anything. So
Good.
I thought we did.
We did.
you guys all got a room, so it'll be waiting here and ready for you when you get back. And I'll just say, I've got a back entrance. I can let you in, and we'll just kind of make it work. Some people who you might not want to be, around, kind of little prickly.
You're a sweetheart, Rook.
Catch my drift. Just kind of give us a heads up.
Well,
Like,
I'll have somebody call you.
Right. Yeah, whatever that means. So, all right, sounds good. And as you exit, Bruff just kind of nods at everybody. He's picked back up his little notebook that has the white feather trim around the outside of it, and he's using his crayon. He doesn't have crayons. He has like little colored like charcoal implements that he's kind of like drawing a little picture. And as Garen walks by, he just kind of like flashes the picture over, and it's of a pink bird that's really terribly drawn. But it's like he's halfway through, and maybe it'll become a work of art when he's done. Very Picasso-esque. Just kind of like looking for your approval or your,
Yeah, I
your
like it.
opinion.
It looks great, and he means that genuinely.
Just kind of nods, scratches his eyebrow a little bit, and goes back to working on it. You guys exit. Are you following the streets? You're just heading directly to the Locked Mind from here? You're not like swinging out and around or...
We'd be following Blackstar, right?
Nah, I'll just go.
Okay.
No main streets.
No, not on the main street, but kind of like cutting through the alleyways back towards the Locked Mine from where we are. So kind of just east and then straight north.
All right. I'm assuming everybody's keeping an eye out for everything that is around, right?
Yes.
I will ask for a group perception check, please.
Ooh.
That was
Terrible.
buns. That was cocked.
Did mine not roll? It didn't roll. Okay.
Oh, mine was worse. I'm focused on them, on the group, watching how they're taking it all
Is
in.
that everybody's rolls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing?
Garen's. Didn't it come? Oh, there it is.
21 on the Garen. Amazing. All right. It's a short walk over to the Locked Mind. I mean, Blackstar knows where it is. Not too difficult to find. There are a bunch of rabble-rousers in the streets. They pay no mind to you. There is a fight that breaks out like off to the right-hand side, maybe 30 or 40 feet from where you are. There's people just punching each other. You swear you hear the sound of steel on steel as a weapon is drawn, but they're not coming for you. And the streets are filled with this, especially in this area. And even as you move into the road's end, there is still crime just happening. It's not just the Crooked Narrows, even though the Crooked Narrows is more known for the low life, but the whole city of Tel Noro is filled with that. So it doesn't surprise you at all. However, Garen picks up on the main thoroughfare in the center of Tel Noro. There seems to be some kind of small parade that is just moving its way through. There's only, I say parade, it's not like this huge, long, drawn-out, like, bunch of people. It's like maybe a dozen individuals, but they're walking kind of in a line, and they're yelling out, like, profanities into the air, and you just kind of catch with the 21 one of them just like saying out down with the spiked glove, and they're all wearing flame covered, like tattoos all over them, and also like embroidered into the leather accoutrement that they have amongst themselves. They all have like these little like fire sparklers, but instead of like a child's fire sparkler that has just little sparks coming off of the end of it, it's like these massive like batons that they're holding that look like giant sticks of dynamite that they're waving around in the air. And one of them throws it down the alleyway in your direction, not like at you, but just they're being thrown left and right. And at this point, everybody here is pop, pop, bang, like huge like explosion. A window shatters somewhere around the corner, and there's a scream, and there's a procession that's making its way towards the front entrance of Tel Noro. But they're probably 200 feet off from where you are. You just happen to see this. Little explosions and pops continue going off. They seem to have like satchels, and nobody is saying anything to them. People moving out of the way as they're marching down, seemingly shouting out this down with the spiked glove.
It seems like we're not the only ones that are not happy with the new authority.
Sorry, do you know?
I think those people might vote for you too. Okay, what's your face? I don't remember your name anymore.
Well, do I recognize them? Like what they're wearing and stuff?
This is very clearly members of the Firestarters.
That's what I thought. Want to make
Do you-
sure.
Do you
I'm
have a crew here?
No, I didn't run with them actually, which is kind of ironic, but no, they're fire starters.
So this is just something you can do. You can rebel that openly.
Oh no, I'm sure something terrible will happen to someone. Maybe not all of them. I wonder who the leader is now. I don't even remember who the leader was before. That's something to look into, though. I like what they're doing. Kind of down with maybe like quell the unrest in the spiked gloves would be a bit more appropriate, but I'm not down with the spiked gloves. Like they're I mean,
Are they a pretty big guild or gang? Or...
yeah, they're one of the main ones. They're on the committee.
No, they're not. That's incorrect.
I thought they were. They're not.
It's okay.
Scratch that.
I don't mean to just directly
Who's on the-
conflict. It
My
should be the
patron
yes.
just
You're
told
fine.
me.
I need that.
It
No,
should
yeah,
should
you're
be
fine.
the yes and, but I can't do that in this instance. So,
No. Those are the fire starters, though.
so they are a ragtag group of arsonists and rabble rousers. They do crime, but in their eyes, the crimes are in order to overthrow the establishment and bring change. And you know that Beli Jowl is their leader, and he has many burn marks and scars to prove his skill with pyrotechnics.
Oh,
So
be like
that's-
Jowl.
It's just a group of black stars.
No, it's not.
I want to see how
It's a
that's
little
spelled.
That was Black Star's college of choice that he didn't get into.
Yeah, right. All right, I opened my thing now. You're right. They're not on the council. All right. Anyway, I should have had this open anyway. I couldn't remember who I had said I thought should be on there. Beli Jowl. I forgot about Beli Jowl. Good old fire starter. Okay.
So there's
Really?
a chance that they could all be dead by tomorrow.
I don't think it would be that. Yeah, maybe. You know what? Let me not say.
Well, if you
What's wrong?
if you think about it, the Chainless are backing this group, so there might be new rules, harsher punishments.
I mean, that's very true. But I also feel like if they feel bold enough to do this here, then they'll either be made an example of and something terrible will happen, or this might not be the only group thinking like this.
This might be the first group acting.
They may be
like
the
this.
ones starting it.
Well, that's true. But they're change bringers. Ooh, maybe they could run for mayor.
No,
No?
even I know that's a bad idea.
Why? They're just fire starters.
They
Exactly.
But Blackstar would know, and I've just basically taken what you gave me, Alex, and ran with it and created additional information and whatnot. But Blackstar would know
Yes,
that they are. It does not matter who is in charge. They oppose the boss. They oppose the council. They oppose every gang who is actively currently in charge. But they've never just vagrantly, is that the word? Blatantly, just gone through town, just throwing sticks of dynamite around, like blowing stuff up. They've always been vocal, but they haven't all marched together in a line doing this protest-esque display.
I almost want to go and see how this plays out, but at the same time, we're supposed to be doing something. And Blackstar takes a couple steps towards the parade.
I think it would be wise of us to focus on our task at hand.
You're
One
right.
thing at a
We
time.
do need to focus, and he steps again towards the fire starters. But it's just so intriguing. They've opened flames, and another step closer.
Can I grab him from the back of his cloth or whatever he's wearing, and then pick him up and put him on under my arm and walk?
I facing the flame or away from them.
No, you can still look.
Blackstar. Blackstar.
Yes,
There are a lot of explosions.
I know.
Seems like someone's trying to start a fire,
It's the fire starters.
but it was always burning since the world's been turning. I'm happy we're home.
Me too. Oh,
Let's go do what we have to do, Blackstar.
right. Okay, Garen. I pat him on his tush. Put me down.
Yeah.
I'll walk.
Okay.
And I turn
go.
towards everyone else. We gotta later. We have things to focus on. Stay. And I point towards stay locked in, like
was
the
you.
mind. And I just walk away from everyone.
It was okay.
Okay. You all make your way through the alleyways, avoiding any other potential dangers or encounters, and you eventually come upon a pretty large, once was a two-story building that had since completely collapsed, made mostly of wood, a little bit of stone accents here and there, and wooden staircases on the left and right-hand side that kind of lead up and around to an upper section. The building's been repaired, but only mildly to where you would question whether or not it isn't going to just fall down in the next few minutes. There is one person that's leaning up against the side of a double, large oak door that looks like it's been cracked and then repaired and then cracked in and repaired. It's just spider-webbed all across the right-hand side of this. As you guys get within 50 feet of the establishment, you can clearly see it. It's larger than the other homesteads that are around this space, and the ground is still this mottled cobblestone, sharp edges, dirt in the crevices and up the sides of the buildings and everything. As you approach, these two little I don't want to call them obelisks things kind of rise up on the top left and right hand side of the building and sparkle with this light blue and purple energy. Blackstar would know that these are pylons, and they are designed to literally disintegrate people. And the Locked Mind are the only one in the city. That's not true. Oh, here we go. There's too much in the city.
Hold on. I got
You wanna
this.
build
I got this. Let me do it.
You don't know where it is. Come on now. So within the grip of fortune, that is the only other place in the city where you will find devices like this. They are literally designed as a defense mechanism, they've placed these to rise up in the event that it doesn't recognize or sense that it's someone who's welcome to come here. The individual who's leaning up against the wall, kind of facing out in your direction, has a hat not too dissimilar from Razier's, kind of like a cowboy hat, tipped down on the front. This is not Riser. I would just kind of put that at rest.
I immediately thought.
Does have on like a really nice long flowing brown jacket with like frills on the front of it with kind of like poofy white collared shirt and like a button down vest underneath the jacket, and seems to be smoking something. Doesn't tip the hat up, doesn't look in your direction or anything. How close do you want to get?
How far are we now, you said?
You could be as far as you want, up to like maybe 100 feet. Let me just take a measurement real quick. Doesn't matter. I mean,
I just want to get close enough where I can signal
oops.
the guy standing outside of it. Be like, hey, maybe like 50 feet, start saying
Sure.
something.
Yep. Kind of. You're still disguised?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have your ostentatious like
Very-
mohawk and
yeah.
purple and everything. Okay. Kind of tips the hat up, and you can see human with a beard and kind of long, straggly hair. Kind of looks like it has greasy skin to some extent, but smoking. Kind of tips the hat up. You see just brown eyes and just looks sunken in eye sockets, like they've been there for their entire life and haven't seen the sun. Kind of takes the bud out of his mouth. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Duke Nostrum. This is my band of merry men. This is Tiny, and I point at Garen. This is the big one. I point at Xander. This is the smallest guy. That's Clovis. This guy's pretty normal, and I point at Brazier, and that's a robot. But
Beep boop.
we've come to see someone. You should be expecting us, Trial and Arrow.
Oh. Right. Like from beneath the jacket whips out like this wicked looking cane that's all gnarled. Looks like it has runes all up and down the cane. Takes it out and kind of raps on the door itself, and somebody a couple seconds later, one of the doors, the mostly cracked one, kind of opens a little bit, like 6 inches, kind of peeks around the corner. Can't hear what he says. Right. Go ahead. Head on in. You're just making a drop off, right?
We're here to chat, and then the drop off will come later.
I don't know who you're looking to chat with.
Members of the. How far can I go with this, Razier?
I think that's good enough. We'll see who's here to talk, but we're here mainly for the drop off.
Right. I mean, have any of you all been here before?
First time.
Yeah. No.
All right. I
Not
mean,
at all.
if it's easier to say, all saying to you, I could go back to leaning up against the side of the wall. You could just hand over whatever it is you're coming to drop off, and kind of make my way here.
The drop off is larger, so we need to make sure there's space, and that's what we wanted to take a look at.
And it squints his eyes, kind of looks around the rest of you, makes a gesture like, "What are you talking about?" Just goes
So
back to
that's-
smoking.
We need to see where we can put the thing. We don't have it with us now. It's in a safe location. We'll find a spot, go get it, and then drop it off.
Look, all right. To cut to the chase, we just need to get through the door, so that we can actually get the drop off. Okay, we've got some.
Can we go inside?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Please.
Also, because I was thinking about it,
I'm tiny.
Tim, what's the YouTube?
It's D&D 77.
Wow, not a real fan.
I wasn't sure if it was listed under your under like Zell Greylock or whatever.
Nope. No, it's D&D
but,
77.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I need to. I forgot what my fake name that I gave was, so I need to go back and check.
Gotcha. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
I didn't
takes
give him a
another
fake name.
long puff on the cigar he has in his mouth and kind of grabs onto the door and pulls it open. You want to go in and talk to Quip, you're welcome to go in and have a shot, but you can't actually get inside of, the establishment. So, I mean, you're welcome inside here.
Like through that door.
You can walk through this door, sure.
It won't kill us, will it?
No. Oh, right,
okay.
right. Oh, sorry. Takes the cane, and there's he sees that you're watching him and goes behind his back and does something. And then the obelisk just kind of silently fall back beneath kind of like a parapet at the top of this building here. Motions for you to go inside, and it goes and leans up, puts the hat back down.
As I walk past him, you must construct additional pylons, and then I'll just go inside. And then Xander is
Exactly.
Avon.
Thank you.
Avon, A-V-O-N is what I put down. Rosier Stone.
I don't think I gave a different name.
I would have written it down. I love alter. I have a whole tab for alter egos. Well, I have a spot for alter egos. All right. Well, Xander. After we walk through the door, is that it? We're free to retrieve now. Should we speak to Quip?
Do you guys walk inside?
Quip?
Or are you having this conversation outside?
Yeah,
As we're walking in.
I think
See what's
we-
inside, and if there's a different door we might want to use. Because if this is where they're
Wait,
hiding out.
I just had this thought. This building with the pylons, it's really magical, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
What if
probably.
they have protection against teleportation, something like that?
Oh.
That's something we gotta ask them about.
Yeah. Good point. Otherwise, I'll break into one of these homes and use that.
I'm sure that's probably pretty common around here.
Okay.
Probably.
You walk through the doors. On the inside, it looks like a rundown building that is never cleaned. There's dirt everywhere. There are boards from the ceiling that weren't used in the final repair and are just hanging out in the space around. Quickly looking around, there's no other doors in here. There's not even there is a ladder that goes up to the area above. There's a singular desk. That also looks like it's covered in dust, with one individual sitting behind it with a ledger. And on the desk that they're sitting at, there is a tiny little holder and an orb on the holder. And that is the only thing in this room. It's a big room. It's it would have been maybe 4 separate rooms on the inside of this, but all the walls have collapsed, and they've just put up little...
Spiders.
not piers, but... oh boy, pillars that hold up the roof above, all made of wood. This is a very, very large shack on the inside, which is very odd that this is what you're presented with. You don't see any hatches in the floor. There's no staircases that lead down that you can see. You do know, or at least Blackstar probably would have told you that the Locked Mind and the library that they're guarding is an underground facility. That is massive and stretches, a huge section takes up a huge section of the city, but underground. But as of yet, you have not seen anything that would lead you to believe that is the case here. The individual sitting behind the desk is a gnome. He kind of sits. He looks maybe middle-aged. Has on a really fancy but dirty. Bit of a purple cloak with a white popped collar on the sides. He's wearing spectacles and he's mostly balding. And he seems to be writing something down, kind of looks up as you guys enter in. Oh, hello? Oh, right, the trial and error. Step forward. You can call me Quip.
Hello, Quip. Nice to meet you.
Howdy.
Xander, how do you like the entire library? It's beautiful, isn't it?
I mean, there's beauty in all things.
Not in this place, though.
We were informed that you'd be dropping something off. Kind of adjusts his spectacles a little bit on the end of his nose. Closes the ledger and opens up the desk and puts it inside. And he doesn't touch it; it automatically closes, and you hear a click. I was understanding you're dropping something off here. Do you,
Something large, so we needed a space to bring it.
there's plenty of space in here. The doors open up wide. You've got at least how much space do you need? The doors are like 10 feet wide.
So, can people teleport into here?
Like gives you a long glance, kind of squints at
Let
you.
me add a bit of context to that because that sounds a bit
Context. Right.
off. What we have to deliver is not here with us. We would have to go get it. We have a means of getting back here through some magical movement that is essentially teleporting, so that we can deliver it without having to trail it through the city. Because, well, you'd know why. So, specifically into this room, or maybe if there's a secondary spot we could go into to essentially most of us are going to sit here and wait, or one person's going to go get the thing and then jump back in.
Let me just look real quick, and like waves his hand, and the drawer opens back up. He takes out a ledger and goes over. Didn't think I'd have to consult my notes, but here we are. Oh, I see. Exactly. All right. I mean, it should be sufficient. I mean, unless you're specifically looking for access to the vaults and the information within, you could simply arrive through this door or somewhere else in this room, and we'll take care of the rest. There are no prying eyes in this room, and if there were, we would know about it and dispatch those individuals henceforth.
Right.
So
Okay.
you could arrive here. If you wish to have direct access to the library, I will need something in return, as is our policy.
I think that's kind of up to
That is
No, look at
pretty
Sander.
vague. Is it like money in return, or you want like us to sign a contract for part of our soul?
Well, it's nothing quite so serious as that. It's incredibly
Contributed.
secretive and needed information that isn't currently stored in the vault, that we can record, or a piece of literature that we can store ourselves in return for access to the vault.
Does this vault have knowledge from history? Like going back far and into history?
Looks over Darrow and just kind of like pauses, looks Darrow up and down.
Beep boop.
Oh. Beep boop indeed. Well, that is interesting. You may be
Well, I mean-
allowed access to the vault yourself without having to give anything up.
They'd probably want to take you apart, though.
Not
What?
so much taken apart as studied.
Well, my personal studier is here, so he could come along with. Share notes on what he's already discovered. Yeah, the kid. Not the short one, but the kid.
I already
Not
have
the short
plenty-
one, not that short one. The
I'm
other
tiny.
short one.
Well,
Good job, Garen.
that could be arranged. Is it something you
Xander.
wish?
If I'm willing to do that for you.
Before we agree to anything, you got any idea of a timetable on how long you'd want to check them out? Because we got some things we want to do in town.
Yeah, I know we're limited. I mean, how extensive is the vault?
Oh, Sander, you're going to be so
Tim
happy.
gestures behind himself at his background.
We're about to get a musical number about how extensive it is. Let's hear it, Tim.
I don't have a musical number. Thanks, Chris.
From wall to wall, we've got it all.
The laugh set up the
Ah,
musical
guessed.
very well.
Motions towards Xander. You're one of the arcane persuasion. And have you ever heard of the locked mind? You're here. I assume you know what's here.
He has no idea, Quip.
This is only the largest and most vast hall of secrets that has ever existed on Novus.
In this city?
Of what? What kind of?
He smiles, the gnome smiles, and just kind of sits back in the chair, just looking at you.
Who would look in a city of thieves for a vault of books?
No,
Xander?
I mean, I didn't mean any offense by that.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but looking at the room and how it's built, I doubt the vault is actually here. For sure, we get teleported to the vault.
That's not how any of this works, Clovis.
You, my young arcane
is.
friend, are associating this terribly vast and wildly murderous city as being the holding place for all of the knowledge that was lost to the ages, in an age where all knowledge is considered illegal. They've wiped the information from the face of the planet. What better place for it to be kept than in a place full of criminals, where things illegal take place every single day?
I'll look towards Blackstar. Wow, this city's great. If you're comfortable with it, Darrow, I have plenty of notes to offer on.
He'd love to use you to get access to the vault.
Xander, I'm fine with it because there are things that I would like from the vault as well, and there are things it would be beneficial to you, so therefore it's beneficial to our group.
One quick question. In that vault, do you have information about the guardian of Dragonback Peak?
That's something you'd have to talk to the Master Librarian about.
Right.
And that will be my answer for every question you have
will-
with what regarding what is actually in the vault.
I will take the chalk out of my bag and just push it into Blackstar's chest. This is yours now.
Such power.
Please don't use it all.
Absolutely.
How many uses do you have left?
We have a lot. We have
We haven't used it too many times.
we have 8 charges left. We've used it
Now-
like twice.
I'm going to also walk up to Blackstar. You can stop and look at the fire starters for a little bit, but don't stay there all day.
Do I get to go by myself?
Yes, for some reason we're trusting you by yourself.
I think
I'll
you
go
have
with
to
him.
because
Wait.
he's the only one with the disguise thingy and getting out of the town without being seen. The one followed.
Can you talk to the pony? Or does the pony understand us?
I'm sure it'll
Tony
be
understands
fine.
us for
Yeah.
the most
You know,
part.
on one of the nights I had a whole conversation with it, so it understands us.
What
think
did you
if-
eat before having that conversation? Well, you don't even eat. Never
I
mind.
don't eat. I just
Yeah.
let out. None of you guys wanted to talk to me
Man,
about
it's-
the shocking revelation I had in the sky, so I had to just let it all out to a pony.
That's fair. I mean, the pony's a good listener. Is there who has the hole?
It's a wonder we get anything done.
Sometimes.
Take another swig of my bottle.
Who's got the hole?
You
Who's
still
got the
have
hole?
it?
Who
I
does
don't
have
even
the
need.
hole?
Why
I
do
have
you
the
need?
hole,
You don't
and
need.
I have a bag of holding.
Can I have the hole?
Yeah. Why
You
do
can
you
have
need the
the
hole? Well, hold
Thank
on.
you.
Why does he need the hole? Why
Don't
do you
worry
need the
about
hole?
it. Garen, you wanna come?
I'm worried about that. It's
I
one
wanna
thing you
take
going on your own.
Garen.
It's another thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll go. I can carry and speak to him.
Wait,
Buttercup is a girl. Just wanna put that out
Her.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
one quick thing. Couldn't we just make Garen invisible? Then you wouldn't need the hole.
Yeah, but I don't know how long. I mean, we're gonna have
An
to
hour.
walk and again. I don't know how long it'll take me to get out and
Of the fire starters. Yes,
of
we know
the city.
you have distractions.
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, the hole doesn't give you that much time.
right. So I just put him in it, like as I get close to leaving.
Right.
Karen, you
One
can
quick
hold your breath,
reminder,
Be
right?
guys.
careful. Be
All of
careful
the
opening
blue gold
that thing.
is in the
People
hole.
will, yeah, I was gonna say, people will jump in and try and take things.
Right, but they have to get out before I close it.
It's
I
easy to
mean-
get out.
We did jump somebody in the hole, to be fair, so I.
Plus, I'll have Garen with me. And he
I'm
loves
tiny.
beating people almost to death on the streets of Tal Noro, so he's.
Gonna have them bleed on him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Quip, I got a quick question for you. How many people does our robot friend here get inside? Is it just the two of them, or the rest
Well,
of us just waiting out here?
I'm still requiring someone. Well, each person who wishes to have access to the vault must give up some incredible secret to gain
Does
access.
it have to be
with the
ours,
exception of the robot.
Does it have to
Right.
be like our secret, or could it be a secret for somebody else?
It's just simply information that the vault does not currently hold.
Is there anything you need that we could procure for you? Favor for a favor?
We have allies in the city that do that for us.
Right. Fair. And now you have the opportunity to make another ally that would do the same thing. And we've just come from Seor.
Are you an up-and-coming group of individuals who are looking to start a gang within Tal Noro?
We're more Novus travelers. We roam, so we're like a rolling stone.
Hey, that's a JoJo reference.
Like a Mick Jagger,
Ha.
if you will.
You know,
Just call
something
me
that
Keith
is
Richards.
quite bothering my mother here in town is that the piece of pie is continuously stealing her pastries. So if you could catch the piece of pie and let me know who that is, then I'd be happy to grant you entrance.
That's such a. Are you pulling my
One
leg?
quick thing, guys. I'll just pull over something. We're going down to that hole in town, the pit. I don't know how I forgot that.
Yes, I
I'm
know.
sure we'll
but I
find information down there that
I'm sure we-
Jade wants.
can. But this piece of pie thing is also really interesting. And I'm kind of interested in.
Dude, oh, we're
Are
gonna
you
get
gonna
a
tell us
what he
Black Star
said?
side episode.
Oh,
Black Star
oh.
side
I'll look at
episode.
Black Star, wave my hand a bit, and now he smells like pie.
Oh, that's lovely. I like that. Is that rhubarb and strawberry? That's
Hmm.
anyway.
No, I think
so
it's cherry pie.
Mother's cooking.
Can't
A piece
we're
of
gonna get
pie-
Looney Tunes-ish.
a piece of pie is he's infamous in Tal Noro. He's a single person, I think. This is the story that any unattended baked good is in danger at any point in time throughout the city from a
Well,
piece of pie.
Wait,
Wait,
that,
what?
a
This is
piece
a
of
real-
pie. That's a person.
That's his
he
name?
wasn't talking in fancy thieves.
No, he wasn't speaking.
I thought he
in
was
can.
speaking code.
That's hysterical.
No. He's talking about
Oh.
there's a thief. There's a person, and he's no one's ever caught them, him, her. I
Why
don't
do
know.
they call him piece of pie?
Them. They call them piece of pie because they take
Steal a piece of the pie.
pastries
Baked
across the
goods.
city.
Why not
Never, never caught.
I hate the city.
Why? He's such an integral part of our history.
It's just so different. Let's stay on track. All right.
Tim, you're the best.
I try.
I wrote that and I was like, he won't use this, and you did. You're great.
I sure did. You just wait. You haven't even touched 10% of Tel Noro yet, so
I can't wait.
Oh boy.
Oh, see, I assume you were talking in thieves' cans, and when
Mhm.
Alex just went with it, I was like, wait, you're not gonna translate it? What's happening?
Don't need to translate
waiting-
it because it's.
I was waiting for Tim to say. So what he actually said was that he
Yeah.
didn't. I was like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
and Alex do exactly what I
I
said.
did. I was like, oh, there it is. This is the best day ever. So,
Oh man.
are you being serious though, Quip? Do you want a piece of pie captured?
Well, I mean, unless you have some other immense form of information. You specifically asked how you could help me, what I was in need of. That is the thing that is first and foremost on my mind, and I realize it's a relatively unrealistic thing to ask, but I don't really need anything else. My pockets have been lined with gold as of late.
Oh. Why?
Lucky you.
Do you know
So
why?
is the whole city.
Oh, that's true. I do know why. That's why we're here.
So, who wants to go in?
Me.
I'm gonna go out. Should I go get the thing? Should I do the
Yeah,
thing
I think
now?
because
You
you're
should
going
probably
to take
make
a
your
while,
way.
You should probably
Yeah.
Making your way?
Tim,
You and
I
Garen
believe-
can head out.
Garen?
Garen's gonna grab him again
I've
and
done
start
that
walking
before.
out
I've
the
asked
door.
that before. I believe I've asked this before, but I forget your answer, and maybe it's changed. We're not. Are we considering the puddle jumpers like back hatch to be a door?
No.
Sorry, lads, I tried.
No,
What
we
about
already
the
did.
top hatch? We said no to that also, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
There is no door
Okay.
on the
There's no
puddle jumper.
door. Okay, good.
Hey guys, let's just do some hover information and
I was
add
just
a
about
door.
to say we just need to add a like freestanding door, just drill it into
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, anything's
It could
possible.
be collapsible even. Just whenever we leave, we just prop it up, set it up, and snap it into place, and we've got a door in there we can jump to.
Yeah.
All right,
plans.
Garen, well, let's go.
See you guys in a bit.
We're gonna get into so much trouble.
I'm gonna
So-
watch.
So Garen and Blackstar exit. I'm
could be trouble.
not sure if I missed, but
will
the
be
two of you are traveling together, like out and then also back, right? That's the
Yes.
two of you
Yeah.
together. Okay, gotcha.
At some
Um,
point near the gate, Garen's getting in the hole, and then Blackstar's sneaking his way out in
Yeah.
disguise.
Why does Garen need to sneak out?
Not that he needs to, but just so they don't know
Just-
how many of us are leaving and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, less
And
likely to be followed or something.
the rest of the four of you are staying here.
I'd
Yeah.
argue just one person leaving the city alone would be more likely to be followed.
Yeah, but they don't know,
Yes.
that's why they don't have Garen.
Yeah.
So you can ambush them.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take the hole, throw it, and be Garen, go?
Yeah,
Garen,
I choose you.
Garen.
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 So,
No,
Garen
currently
cast
he would be
Earthquake.
saying tiny, tiny,
Tiny,
tiny,
tiny.
tiny. So you are effectively splitting the party to whatever extent that is.
We are
So we will.
actively splitting the party.
You are. So we'll try to manage that to the best of our ability and cut back and forth. We
worries.
will let Blackstar and Garen head off, and we'll stick with the group in the locked mine for right this second.
Good, because I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Dude, you stealing my whole flow? Are you kidding me?
Good choice of words.
And we'll pick back up after you guys are exiting the doors and heading off into the hallway. I'm assuming Blackstar will have you traveling towards the fire starters and trying to catch up with that parade to see what shenanigans is going to happen over there. The rest of you standing in this room, Quip seems pretty happy with himself about what he's asked for, and then also still having the proposition out there about what you're going to be waiting to hear what you're going to say.
At least in exchange of information, I can offer you information on our robot friend here, or I also have a book that will offer you information on. I'll explain how the Wanderer's book works, and if there's anything that you're curious about, we can ask the book, and I mean, we could sit here for hours, and I could just give you as much information as you believe is necessary to grant me access. Just collecting stories and information from the local region's history, et cetera, of whatever we ask it.
And, all right. Three things. That is acceptable, assuming that what you're offering is actually what you claim it to be. I'll have to examine it first. And the... Sir Robit, your name?
B2. Need a batch 2 test 8. See, right there.
Right. B2. All right. You're fine. So, yes, this book, possibly the rest of you're intending on just standing here? I mean, he could be gone for hours.
No. Actually, I do have this backpack, and I'll take the museum apparatus. And B2, could you help me put it on the desk? Thank you. Yeah, this backpack I was stole from some bad people, and it's magical. I think
Clovis almost falls forward after the weight of the backpack
Yeah,
is lifted off of his back.
Yeah.
Clunk
I think
up on the
it
desk.
might be before all the world went like to what's the word? Before all the calamities and people died and all that stuff, like the old technology.
Well, I'll have to just do a preliminary examination. As the backpack is placed onto the desk and it's like heavy and like lands on the desk, the orb that's sitting in this little holder kind of like shines for a moment, kind of glows ever so slightly, and the gnome kind of reaches forward and puts his hand on it to steady it from falling over and glances up at you guys and then kind of slowly retracts from it, down towards the orb.
I'd like to get it back after you're done.
Well, of course. And so this is a somewhat of a lengthy process when you're offering up not just information but an item needing to be identified and scrutinized and, you know, cataloged and all that. So I suppose if you're willing to relinquish it for the length of time that you're within the locked mine, you won't be able to use it anyways.
And I'd also, since I don't know much about it, could I also get the information about it after? And I do a big smile with my poorly shaven face.
So, am I to understand that you all intend on spending quite some time here?
A little bit.
Seems like it.
All right. Well, then, yes, I don't see why you shouldn't be allowed. You're offering it up as something interesting. I will say that, just give me a moment. And he takes, like, a full 3 or 4 minutes to examine the backpack, like, all over, like, taking, like, mental measurements of things and, like, poking and prodding at it. And then, like, while he's doing that, he just kind of absentmindedly, like, gestures or makes eye contact with Razir. Are you, what are you going to be doing or offering?
Secrets. Let's see.
Has to be a real secret.
Real secret. Right. Well, I could just sit here and keep you company for an hour or two. Or any interest in locations of ruined settlements past the Turnback Towers?
Make a persuasion check. Jason. 20. He seems to almost not notice that you said that, and like he like pauses ever so slightly as you say those words, continues examining it, and kind of like glances up at you. Like, doesn't respond to you asking that question, and a full minute goes by. I don't know if you say anything else in the meantime, but it's like the wheels are turning and he's contemplating what you just said. Finishes the backpack, looks up towards, or down towards Clovis. Over towards Clovis. This will not be sufficient. We have already catalogued multiple of these in the past. I apologize. In regards to you, scary man, I think that the mere reference to something like that is something that our master would be greatly interested in hearing about. How can you prove that you have this information? Would you tell me now, while I cast a zone of not hearing around us? No peering,
Sure.
as they say?
Yeah, you can put up a zone of truth and I'll tell you.
All right. Any of the rest of you wish to step out?
I mean, I have nothing to hide.
Motions towards Clovis and B2 or Darrow. You're confusing me now. I have to say B2 or Darrow. It's as the NPC or myself.
Probate.
It's Darrow pretending to be B2.
I know.
Yeah.
I am but just a humble robot, so I don't have anything to hide. Beep boop.
He said, while actively hiding that he's not a humble robot.
Yeah. Nearly every word out of his mouth is a lie.
Beep boop.
What would be valuable to me, motioning towards Clovis and kind of referencing where it is that you acquired this backpack. But before you answer the question, allow me to cast the spell.
Oh, well.
Okay. He kind of waves his hand. Actually, he puts his hand on the orb and kind of waves his hand in the air. And do any of you resist?
Nope.
I don't think it's a forced saving throw, but you can just choose to fail the saving throw, right? All right. And nothing else in the room changes. There's a bit of dispersion of magical energy in the area. This music doesn't seem fitting for the situation that we're in right now, but it's fine. You said you didn't want it to stop, so
you just hear that from outside the building.
yeah,
at all
exactly.
times in the
It's
city.
all around, exactly.
It's like when you go to the bathroom at a concert. You still hear the music out there.
There will be other music in Tel Noro, don't you worry. Anyways, motioning towards Clovis. All right. It's safe.
So I was captured by chain. I don't know the exact location, but I know it's here in the caldera. I think maybe like south of the Tel Noro. Close to some mountains, but I was kind of not really into it. Like all there.
What
I
do
don't
you know?
remember all.
What do you know about the Chainless?
They're bad and they do weird stuff.
Have you ever run into any of them?
Yeah, for the last few years I was one of their prisoners.
Oh. You were one of their prisoners nearby,
Yeah.
and you don't know where it is you got the backpack.
Well, in their base, I stole it from them.
Oh, okay. So thank you finally for clarifying for me that this has come directly from the chainless space within the caldera.
Yeah, but I don't know where the base is, so that's. I thought you wanted to know like where I
You
got
just say
it.
it came from the chainless
right.
space within the caldera. You just said some random mountains that you were captured somewhere and hauled off.
Yeah, I was
and
saying like where,
wasn't it
like
asking for the
what
exact...
I remember from where the base was.
Right. Well, we here, and like looks around at the rest of you that are here, are completely and utterly opposed to the chainless, and which is why we have agreed to do what we have agreed to do. Tell me, what is the stance of the rest of you here in regards to the chainless?
Birds of a feather we are. We're all very much against them.
We actively oppose them.
And you got the resistance here, so you probably heard some stuff. But, I mean, other than the short guy there, the rest of us actually just got back from dealing with another chainless base, so we are very much not on their side.
Right, I'd heard about... Oh, and somebody had mentioned you just came from Seor, the one who left. That's your group. Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
I mean, we gave our name.
We still... But it wasn't clarified. There's secrets, obviously. It's a place of secrets.
Yeah, what's the point of coming up with a group name if it doesn't... Anyway.
To be fair, pretty sure your group name like was just shared for the first time, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Gestures towards Clovis. You are more than welcome. Stand at the ready, and I'll let you know when it's time to enter. I have been offered by the rest of you some very important information, and while I'm inclined to allow you entry without that information that you've offered, I have to do my job.
Well, I mean, that's okay. I believe that... I do firmly believe that we're all aligned anyway, so an information exchange is worthwhile to all parties involved. So
Holds out his hands wordlessly for the book.
I will actually... Yeah, I'll give him my notes on B2, because I actually instead have another idea that I want to use the Wanderer's book for.
Okay. He takes, so you kind of take that portion of your notebook and show it to him and everything.
Yeah, careful. Some of the pages in there are kind of like... I'm not saying it's not a diary. Not all of it's a diary. But like a couple pages. Just be careful where you're flipping the pages.
Just kind of nods and goes back to looking, reading over it. It does take him another, just similar with the backpack, takes him another few minutes to just kind of read through everything. Looks it over.
By the way, every free spare minute that we have in here, I'm reading.
Just like have the book in your hand and you're just like, yeah. Back to the book.
Yeah. Multitasker.
Seems satisfied. Hands you the notebook back. You'll have to present this once you're inside for further examination to Drellin Thask. He is the master librarian. He'll want to have a look at this, although he'll have his own assumptions he'll make about this B2. And now, for the much more interesting information, I don't believe I caught your name.
Didn't.
May I have it? May I learn your name, sir?
Yeah, it's Razir.
Now, I'm referred to as Quip, but for someone who holds knowledge such as you claim to, my formal name is Marlowe Wren. But everyone else refers to me as Quip. So, I am simply the one who is the custodian, as they say, of this fine establishment, allowing entry or denying it. Oh, and I must be clear. I'm not actually here. And he, waves his hand through his own head, and there's just a shimmer, as you immediately can see that it's an illusion.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
So, if you don't mind, proof?
You got a map?
Sure. Reaches behind him into something ethereal. There's nothing behind him. Pulls out a scroll, just apparates out of nothingness, and he kind of puts it on the desk. The scroll itself is far less material than he appears to be. Unfurls it, and it is an entire map of Novus, which includes the central portion of Anchor's Folly, or at least a crude rendition of it. And you, looking at it, know that it's not entirely accurate. But
right,
it's accurate enough for you to be able to call attention to whatever you want to.
Right, well, first of all, it's fine, but you got a couple details off here and here and here. It's a bit more like this and that on that. And this edge of that mountain range is a bit more. It curves like that, and this is actually a bit farther there. And I don't know what that is, but that's not there at all. And then, right.
The most technical
anyway,
cartography terms ever.
Yeah. I'm pointing at the things, so that's not there. This is more like this, and I kind of trace it out.
Xander's looking over his shoulder.
I think that as this is happening, because Xander has never seen a map that includes anything like Anger's Folly in the middle of it. It's only ever the western side of the continent, nothing past the Turnback Towers. As Xander,
The
would
right side of
believe
the map
up in-
is Epoch's Chain.
Exactly. That is the map of the world from Xander's perspective. So it's very interesting, and the fact that Razir is calling out inconsistencies on this map that Xander's never seen is probably very intriguing. I would Xander, make a just make a perception check while the rest of this goes on. Quip just kind of like looks down at your finger as you're pointing, and like just absolute dumbfounded as you're pointing these things out, looks back up at Razir, and then looks just like silence, looking up at you. Who are you?
Told you, name's Razir.
Xander, looking down, you do pick out that in the center of Anchor's Folly, there is a marking that just says the Ruins of Aeon. Which is not something that Razir called out as being inconsistent or incorrect. Well, all right. So you've made
And
some.
now, the thing I said I'd tell you, ruins of a failed settlement. Let's see, it'd be right about there. Let's see, it was about 8 days with a caravan. Probably be 4 or 5 days on foot. About that far there, and then
From where?
Day or two travels from the south, from where the Turnback Towers are. And then about a day or two's travel from the southern range there. Give or take.
Takes out like a quill, just appears in his hand, and he takes and like makes a little mark there. And the name
Yeah,
of this,
right about
of
there.
the ruined settlement?
Ain't got no name.
Oh, all right.
Don't think it was there long enough to get a name. There were plans, there were talks, but never actually got named.
It's too bad Blackstar and Garen aren't there to see this whole thing happen.
I know, I'm really upset now.
I'm
What I miss? Anything important? Character revealing? Anything?
Nah. Not much.
It's only Razir talking about Anchor's Folly, a place outside of the known map.
That's all. Just me and Tiny out there missing it. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my own thing. Name. Let's see, what was it? It was Havenbrook. Oh man, that's a name I haven't said in a long time. Thought about.
Havenbrook. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll submit this for investigation. Of course, we can't exactly corroborate your story, as no one's been out there.
That's what the spell's for, right?
Right, but does that mean you've actually been out there?
I don't gotta tell you that, do I?
I suppose not.
One way or the other.
This is plenty of information. I appreciate your candor, and you, and Mr. B2 as well. Greatly appreciate all of that. You'll be submitted. One final thing before I allow your entry. There is no allowed use of magic of any kind while in the vault. And to ensure that that is the case, I request that you submit your wrist, whichever wrist you prefer, forward, in which case I will stamp it with a particular stamp, and you will not be allowed or able to cast any spells of any kind while within the vault. And upon exiting, which is at your will, I may say, you simply only wish to exit, and you shall, to this exact room, and the stamp will remove itself henceforth.
So, and that also goes for any items. No items or like magical items that have certain properties.
The stamp will not render those items inert, but it will prevent you from activating or using the magical properties of any items you are on your person.
Okay. In that case, I have something I would like to do before we go inside. I will take 10 minutes with the Wanderer's Book. And cast the Legend Lore spell in reference to Darrow.
Unless I'm mistaken. So you're using the Wanderer's Book, and you're using the Legend Lore feat of the book specifically in reference to Darrow. So you're not using it on Darrow. You're using the book to. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I can study the book, recall facts, tales, or lore about a person, place, or object as if I'd cast a Legend Lore spell. So I would like to try using it on... Before I do it, actually, I'd pull B2 aside. Do you remember your last name?
Lightbringer.
Okay. I will look into the book for Darrow Lightbringer.
One more time, just can you give me the cliff notes on... Is it just Legend Lore, or is the property of the book specifically? It is Legend Lore?
It's just... By spending 10 minutes studying the Wanderer's Book, you recall obscure facts, tales, or lore about a person, place, or object as if you had cast the Legend Lore spell. The subject of your research doesn't have to be of legendary importance, but the more historically significant the subject, the more information the book can reveal. The information appears on the book's pages and isn't couched in figurative language, but it might be incomplete.
Okay.
2 words show up. He dead.
Okay, so you do this. There's nothing happens around you. You're allowed to do this spell here. As you do it, the pages, as you're opening the book, are completely blank for a moment. And you're like, okay, it didn't work, or there's nothing. And then words show up on the pages, and you read the first sentence that appears of a warrior trained from and Xander's a fairly fast reader, but you're just kind of reading it and taking it in. Trained from a youngin to be a warrior in an army, specifically 1st Battalion of the Fighters of Aeon. And as you read that sentence, all the words disappear, and then new words appear. A farmer, raised as a farmer boy on the outskirts of Aeon, traveled abroad and married. The words disappear. More words appear. Was trained in the disciplined technologies deep within the bowels of Aeon, and the words disappear, and you realize that as you're doing that, the words continue to come and go faster and 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 faster, and all of a sudden the book starts to heat up like it's about to catch fire because of the amount it's causing friction of words appearing and disappearing on the page.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's a creature. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna close it. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta close it.
The speed at which that it comes and goes, I don't know whether or not Darrow or anybody else is looking at this, or whether or not you would have communicated to them that that's what you were doing. But from Xander's perspective, It isn't that the history of Darrow Lightbringer is unknown.
It's that he's lived 1,000 lives.
There are far too many histories of Darrow Lightbringer to display in this book.
Interesting. I don't know this, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question now is like, which of these is fact, or are they all fact? We don't know, you know. All right.
Time loop inception.
Yeah, I will.
Or
I'll
not.
close
No,
the
that's
book.
not. I didn't mean to say that at all. That's not at all what I meant. What I meant was alternate reality inception.
Yeah, I'll close the book.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
And-
the common theme is that Darrow was in or around the
Aeon.
ancient city of Aeon.
right. Okay. Yeah, I will close the book, holster it,
Or-
still feeling the heat on my hip.
It was just a really popular name.
Yeah, maybe.
Just the John Smith of AI.
Wow.
John Smith of Aeon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll put it away, and that's it. I'll talk about it later.
Do you all step forward and submit a wrist to be stamped?
Well, so since that
Uh,
took 10 minutes, though, I was going to have a question for Razir.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I was also going to ask Quip real quick. Right, so is this like a one-time offering and now we can enter whenever we want kind of thing for this library? Or is it we got new information every time?
For you and the information you're providing, I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with it. You are friends and allies of the rebellion, so I'm told, and so you may come and go as you please. As to whether or not the information within can be given to you, that is another question altogether, as we've not opened up
that's-
the vaults and all of their information to the rebellion themselves.
That's fair. The other thing is the other two, when they get back with our drop-off, you going to let us know or something? Or you're inside already, so they'll talk to you and then we can come ask you or something.
We'll figure it out.
Right. All right. Thanks. Wait for him to get done with his book.
I talked about that with my friends earlier. Are you interested in information about the pit?
You have information on the pit?
We might in a few days, because I do believe we're supposed to go down there, right?
What?
Well, you won't be coming back if you do.
We're built different.
You might not like it, but this is what peak physical performance looks like.
A short nose.
Oh, patchy beard.
Patchy,
They're not
big,
even
scratchy
patchy,
beard.
just a bad shave.
Unkempt. Yeah. Like one patch where it looks like he tried to shave with something rough and it didn't work, so he just left it. So there's just one little section that's a little shorter.
If you are to be traveling down into the pit and you wish to share information with us, should you return, which you won't, then you would be granted perhaps unlimited access to the vaults. But that is not my decision to make. I will warn you ahead of time that Drellin is not quite as nice as I am as to allow entry. And should anything go awry while you're down there, he will see to it that you are banned from this facility. He's quite strict and not very nice. I think I already said that. But yes, the pit. Information, very useful.
Who's drilling?
Drellin Thask, he's the head librarian.
Ah,
The master librarian, as they say.
Dirt in chief.
Do not question him on his age. He will take no
Like at
defense
all?
at that. Do not. The main thing is when people meet him, they cannot understand why someone of his age is in existence.
He's an infant.
He's no. You're not there.
He's not.
You're not
He's
there.
not there.
That was a
Did you
no
say
from
no?
the
That
GM.
was,
No.
dude,
No, stop
that was just that was Marlo like looking up in the air and being like, no.
Okay. You all offer your wrists, and I'm sorry. Darrow wanted to talk to Razir. I apologize.
No, it's okay. We can, just to speed it along, we can, when we rest for the night, have the conversation. So,
I mean, if it's something Darrow was going to be like, hey, I have a question for you right now because of what you
Yeah.
said, since we're waiting for
okay.
Xander to do
All
his
right.
Yeah,
book
yeah.
thing.
I don't want
We
to
support you,
delay
Chris.
Alex J any longer. But
I don't like this game anyway.
Hey, no. We're
I'm
the
gonna
ones
pull
who said
Razir to the
no.
to the side, like far away. The map said the ruins of Aeon.
Yeah, it looked like it did.
What happened?
Look like it. I don't know.
What happened to Aeon?
I don't know. We've heard a bit about big catastrophe going down there. There's a reason the place is called Anchor's Folly. I think that's about all I know.
So, you know this knowledge from the other side, but you don't know anything about Aeon?
Yeah.
I will say you're outside of the zone of truth if you pulled him that far away. The building you're in is fairly large, like a
Yeah,
small
I
warehouse.
totally
Shack.
pulled him because I thought that maybe, or Darrow thought that maybe that Razir had some information. He goes,
Maybe he does.
yeah, no, that's that's going through Darrow's mind. He goes, is this one of your games again, or is your benefactor preventing?
No games. All I know is the lot bit we've heard traveling about, and all he's told me is something went wrong and Aeon caused their own downfall, essentially. Something. Again, the anchor.
So
Poor
you're
Chris.
you're saying that my city is the anchor of the problems.
No, I mean like something called the anchor went wrong, went haywire, and caused the problem.
Anchor.
Am I remembering? Am I remembering that correctly, Tim?
I mean, Razir doesn't know that information. That's what you are putting
Thought that's
together
what I
as.
I had been loosely told.
Well, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I mean, that's why it's called Anchor's Folly.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the extent of what
You said,
I've learned.
just to clarify, it's like you know that that's what happened. Yes, that's what everybody is told. That's what everybody knows.
Yeah.
Knows.
Yeah.
Happened. Yeah.
Well, Darrow hasn't been out and about in society and know what
Right.
the general populace knows.
Yes. Yep. You got it.
I don't recall us doing anything called anchor.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. That was ages
we-
ago. And
if we-
age ago. It
If
was-
we're dealing with this time stuff, could the anchor have something to do with anchoring the time?
I ain't got no idea about that. I don't even want to think
Yes.
about the time stuff. That's a question for Xander when he's done with his whatever he's doing.
Fine. I have
look,
faith that you're telling
Darrow,
the truth. I have faith.
I honestly am. I'll step back in that zone if you want me to, but that is all I know.
I think you're many things, Razir, but I think when asking an important question of this, you'll give me the truth.
Yeah.
All right, let's. I think Xander's book caught on fire.
It's smoking.
You good, Xander?
Hey, your book's supposed to do that?
No, but I guess when I ask about people who maybe, I don't know, lived 1,000 lives or have 1,000 tales, then it does that.
Daryl looks at Razier. Yeah, probably.
Darrow,
Oh,
make a history check for me.
yes,
with
sir.
with advantage.
Ooh,
Advantage.
there's a guard shot.
There's a
God
god
nearby.
shard somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. Don't let me know.
Oh,
You sound like my
So
father more and
close.
more.
That's sad and
That's so
funny.
sad. Disappointed. Well, Darrow does have not a flashback, not a vision, not a memory, just kind of similar to how B2, when he read that the name at the top of the ancient map that he was shown earlier, and saying that the Veritas was not the name of the world, it was those who the visitor. I forget the words that I used.
It was the
The
name
visitors.
of the people who visited us.
Right.
Or something like
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
So
the
something
name they
like
called
that.
themselves.
And then it's what the visitors called themselves. That's right. Something similar comes to mind. And so on in 19, all that Dare remembers is that the anchor was a gift. And that should be a monumental piece of information all by itself. Anyways, as you all step forward and present your wrists to be stamped by Quip, we do flip over to the other two individuals.
Well, because now I have to pee.
We are going to be
Nice.
taking a break here relatively shortly because it is getting to that time. So mid whatever you two guys are doing, we'll take our break and then we'll come back. But let's jump into it because you've been sitting here for a while waiting.
yeah.
There's so much cool stuff to hear.
And there's been a lot of cool stuff. You push out of the doors of the locked mine out onto the streets. The procession has continued on its way and is heading towards the front entryway of Telnoro. You have the streets before you, smoke rising into the air from the various small little that's not the word. Anyways, small little explosions that have gone off. What are you doing?
Ooh, Garrett, look, they're going towards the front city. I bet we could use them as a distraction to get out.
Don't. I know this is what you're doing, and I'm gonna let you do it. And
So Black Star will take off at a light jog down the street to try to catch up.
I
Catch
will
up to
walk,
the fire starters?
like take big
Yeah, like
steps
not
because I'm
like
tall.
super close to him, but like near.
Okay. All right. You make your way out towards the main thoroughfare and kind of turn to the left. That's the direction that they're heading. And you're maybe, by the time you get there, they're about maybe 100 feet from you,
Perfect.
further up. Make a perception check for me. And
Just
Garen
him?
can join in on this as well if you'd like.
Do it, Garrett.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
great
Yeah,
roll.
Best team ever.
There is a crowd. It's not like hemmed in around the fire starters, but what I'm trying to say is the streets are full in the main thoroughfare, as it always is, and Black Star's used to that. Like the main road that leads in and out of the city is always full of people. There's vendors, there's the smell of cooked meats and baked breads, and it's not like a normal happy city where there's these nice smells. It's like, are they cooking a person? Kind of like calls into your mind, right? That's like the the thought you get, but there's like the smell of sweat in the air, and there's humidity, just heat rising from the ground itself. Looking around, it's just a sea of people, and they're like maybe not pushing people out of the way, but people are afraid of being blown up by these things that they have. So yeah, I'll cut to whatever you want to do. They're about 100 feet from you, off to the left.
They can just freely do this?
Yeah, yes, what do you mean?
That's it. That's all I mean. That it just seems like even though it's all kind of crazy to me, but like seeing someone just shoot at Razir earlier felt like, okay, that's whatever. This is the place of crime. They're just explosions and destroying property.
In Town Noro's defense, Razir shot first, so of course they're gonna shoot back. And then here, really, what are they hurting? He says as explosions are going off and
homes to live in that potentially the people who are homeless could live in.
I walk up to the closest wall, and how's it look?
The closest wall?
Yeah, like a wall to a house. Like
Sure, it's like a sandstone with like wood behind it, and some of the stone has worn away to some extent, so you can there's like a crack you could see inside. It's worn.
Gesture. Homes. Garen, what I mean, what?
Okay. You're never gonna see anything incorrect here. I'm just gonna move.
Well, Garen, as we're walking, Garen, do you see any street food that you like the look of or smell of?
I smell a lot of things, but I don't really smell food, but I can eat just about anything or eating.
I mean, we're walking, but like, is there anything, like, you see all of this, right? You like it? No.
Yeah, no.
Right, but they do. And if you were raised outside of Hyalus, would you think that wherever you were raised was normal? These people, they don't know anything else. This is their life. This is my life, Garen. I wasn't raised in a castle. I was raised in the Crooked Narrows, and it's not perfect, but I have happy memories. It's not all explosions and fire starters. And then as we walk past a food vendor, I'm gonna shove Garen into it a little bit.
What? Can you do that?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Garen, make a perception check. Actually, you already made a perception check. We're going to carry that forward. You rolled a 12. Black Star, I want you to make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, boy. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
He says, oh, man, 24.
It's under 10.
Garen, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I didn't know.
I thought it was going to be a natural 20. 17. Okay, so something causes you to fall forward. You're not sure what happened. You at this point, as you guys are traveling through, the crowd is like hemmed in behind where the fire starters are going forward. There's people in the streets now, so it could have been somebody bumped into you. You don't know that it was Black Star that did this to you. And you stumble forward and catch yourself. You put your hand on there's a cart that was a middle-aged woman who has like crocheted little baskets with little pieces of like really crazy looking little cakes inside of them. Put your hand on it, catch yourself. You feel the entire cart start to list forward as you almost fall over, and you like catch it for a second and pull it back over. She's almost crushed by it as it leans almost all the way to the ground. Some of the pastries and some of the crocheted stuff just kind of like falls to the ground. And she's like, "Oh, help me, someone!"
I'm sorry. I'm a little too big for this space. But
she like looks up at you, like fear in her eyes, and like her the cracked side of the spectacle she's wearing. She kind of like takes a little rag out and kind of wipes it a little bit. There's this little sliver of glass that she's like peering through and looking up at you.
Like a terrible.
Can I pick her up and stand her up? You're okay.
Just making things work. Come here, little lady.
I mean, I don't know any better.
Yeah, you set her down. She's just kind of like shaking. Thought I was going to meet my maker. Can I? She like reaches down onto the ground, like groaning as she does, and picks up a little cake and offers it to you. My thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. I'll take this.
As he's taking it out, I want to step up. This was the plan in the first place. Too much to drink, big fella, and I will swipe a fresh cake and leave 5 gold at the same time in her little thing.
Okay. I'm not even going to ask for a sleight of hand. We'll carry forward your 24. Does Blackstar already have inspiration?
I do not.
Okay, you gain it in this moment.
Woohoo! So 5 gold gone. I have a cake. And I have a cake.
I have to remember that I have that.
It's a little cake, and each of you, unless Blackstar chose not to take it, have a little tiny green crocheted, tiny little basket.
Oh, I took the basket. That sounds awesome. When you said crocheted basket, I was super interested. I like that.
Okay. It's a tiny little thing.
So cool.
Like 4 inches across.
How small is it? Like,
yeah, 4 inches across.
Put it.
Yeah, you could hook it onto your little belt if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I love
that. Yeah. She just kind of like stands there in shock as she's trying to pick up the rest of them that have fallen off the ground, and she's looking up at you, making sure that you're not going to murder her.
Stop, Garen! Come on! And I pull him. I pull on him. I don't know.
I did. This was my fault.
Stop.
Behind you, moving their way through the crowd, is a large armed force, which Blackstar immediately recognizes are the army force of the Spiked Glove. Or rather, you don't recognize the individuals, although you would, because you've lived here your whole life. You know, like, everybody in the city, basically. But it's a bunch of people that look, like, larger than normal. Just, like, big people in Spiked Glove attire. Like, they've increased their brute squad, as it were, moving through the city. So there's a group of, like, maybe 30 people that are just kind of, like, pushing people out of the way, and they're trying to move through the crowd towards the fire starters.
Garen, come on. The middle fingers are coming. Let's go.
Okay. I'm sorry again.
And then I pull him off to the side a little bit, out of the way, and then kind of try to blend with the crowd as we continue walking towards the front gates.
Okay. Following after the fire starters.
Yes. Trying to stay ahead of the middle fingers if we can. And then as we're walking, though, I said, Garen, why'd you take that pastry? It's dirty.
She offered it to me.
Okay. I mean, and then I take out my pastry. I have a nice pastry. She didn't offer this to me, but I still have it.
Yeah, but I show him my necklace and the 2 pieces of stone that my parents gave me. If someone offers me something, I'm gonna keep it and make sure that I keep it safe.
Right, and that's
especially
good.
If I caused the problem to begin with.
Right, you didn't. I pushed you, just so you're aware.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive.
I know, right? I'm sneaky sometimes, but the point being, what did you do for her?
Picked her up, and I tried to continue helping her, and you pulled me.
Yeah, but did you need to pick her up? Like, what if she would have been fine on her own? Like, do you know? You were so quick to save people and pass your judgments. Did you know that she needed you?
No, but assistance would have been fine.
Why?
Like, I get what you're trying to say, but like the way I think is that if I can help, I should help. Not if someone needs help, I should help.
All right. I respect that to a degree, but don't you take away someone's agency when you do that? Let them help themselves. If she wanted to be better, she'd be better, right? And if you help her without her letting you or giving you consent, then have you really helped her?
I'm gonna say I feel like the answer is no, but I don't know why it would be no.
I mean, I don't know the answer. I'm asking you questions.
Oh, I think that I did help her, and she could tell me she doesn't want my help, I don't know. I was just talking about, like, I've accepted many things, especially the terrible things that I've done here, like beat up a very innocent person that I thought
That was one thing, Garen. That was hours ago.
hours.
It was like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago.
Like, what do you mean? We didn't walk. Well, whatever.
That was days ago, Garen. Why are we still talking about this?
All I'm saying is the specific acts of this gang I was criticizing, not all of Talnora. Like, I'm aware that they have different rules and people, you've preached this to me already, that this is their life, this is all they know. But this gang, it just feels like a bit, like a slightly above what should be okay, even for here. Like,
Do you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, like just that. That's my criticism, I suppose. Not you're telling me it's okay. The people are used to it, even though I see people running away from things. But that's the normal here. I'll get used to that.
Well, I think you were onto something a bit, right? And don't tell Xander I said this, but Xander made a good point to me that there are probably things that I could do to help people. But I feel like overt help hurts. You don't give a man a fish, right? You steal all his fish and force him to get new fish himself. Like, that's how he learns.
I'm not following that. I'm. How about this? I get them a couple of fishes, and I then showed them how to do what I did.
Fish is fish.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. I don't. I'm confused now.
So you're gonna give him a couple fish,
Yes.
right? And then what?
You said to take fish away from them. and
Right,
then
because if you
have
take
them
everything he has, what does he need to do?
find you and stop you.
What? No. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. No. How do you adapt? How do you learn to survive if you have everything you need?
I guess that makes sense. It just feels like a very roundabout way of teaching that lesson.
What? No, you take everything they have, and then they have to adapt, and then they become stronger. Isn't that how it always went?
Yeah, I just think that they already knew how to fish, and you just took it away from them, so they have to do it all over again.
Maybe you gave him a fish. He didn't learn anything. Once that fish is gone, he's just gonna wait for someone else to give him a fish. If I take his fish, he's like, oh, I have no fish now, and it was stolen from me. Clearly, people are the problem. I have to figure out how to improve my station by myself.
You're arriving
I
at
think I would
the
watch
front
a
gates.
Buddy Cop.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I was gonna ask, are we walking while this?
Yes, we've been walking the whole time. But
I would watch a
waiting-
Buddy Cop movie of Garen Blackstar.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
What
it's fascinating.
What are the fires?
So they've gone to towards. They've decided not to enter the Crooked Narrows. They've taken a right, and they are look like they're heading towards Captivity's demise.
Oh. Oh, Garen, they're going.
You're down here now, like where the words are on the map, and you can see the gate in front of you.
Garen, they're going to the capital.
The capital? What is? I'm assuming what they're doing won't be that good over there.
Garen, I don't know. And Blackstar takes a step towards where Captivity's demise is. I don't know if we should. We've got to be careful. And he takes another step towards where the fire starters are going. This is treacherous ground, and then takes another step towards.
If we're going, we're going. I literally can't leave without you.
Garen, what? No, you're. Oh, all right. Are the middle fingers nearby?
You just said okay. You just taught me a lesson to let people.
If you've stopped, they're catching up with you. They're
Okay,
moving.
Garen, keep going, Garen. Keep towards, and I push him again towards the gate. I push on him. He's aware now, so he's not moving as much. But towards the gate.
Okay.
Your lessons are so confusing.
Are you finding a spot to unfurl the hole?
Not yet. What's the gate situation look like? I mean, it's obviously closed, but like,
Yeah, there's guards in front of it, and there are a bunch of almost like mindless zombies, probably a bunch of people on drugs that are milling around in the dirtiest section of the city, which is the entrance. There's a ton of people. There's probably close to 100 people around.
okay. All right, Garen. This is where the hard part comes, and I want to make sure we're on the other side of the road, so the middle fingers will turn towards Captivity's demise, like behind us.
So you want to be on the other side of the street from where they're turning. Gotcha. That's easy enough.
Yeah. So off to the side where Eric's cursor was just now, like
But
over here
both
somewhere.
of you make either a deception or a stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah, just give him advantage. No, I'm kidding. Which one's better?
Good. I'm going stealth because I'm trying to blend in.
They're the same.
Not
Okay.
You're teetering on relatively dangerous grounds with the spiked glove traveling through the city and you not wanting to be seen by them, but you do have your disguise. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult to blend into the riffraff that are around here. So, you know, a quick cloak pulled up. You do have your ostentatious outfit, so you'd have to kind of hide around a corner.
if I can, like closer to close near where some of these like zombified people are, like where they're not really paying attention, not watching that much, and then I'll go into full beggar mode. So I'm gonna just quick change into, you know, rags, patchy tunic type stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm a high elf, real skinny looking, gaunt eyes, bony fingers, and I got bare feet.
This is your disguise self.
Yes.
So you're no longer that other thing. You're this new.
I'm
thing
not
now.
I'm not Duke
All right,
Nostrum.
so you
anymore.
blend in perfectly to the rest of the crowd that's here. You can mimic their clothing, and it's relatively easy to do that. Garen, two of these individuals that are just kind of meandering around the streets, one of them comes up and like bumps into the side of you, and these people, you can clearly see at a quick glance, they are on drugs. They're either drunk or just high out of their minds. Like bumps into you and their hands kind of like go onto your back and then like reach up over your shoulders, and they're just kind of like hanging on you. It's a very thin corpse-like person. They're behind you. You don't even know what they look like. It's just a person is now just kind of like hanging on you. What do you do in response to this?
Well, I'm looking for Black Star because I don't. Did I see him change?
Yes, you
Okay.
saw me do.
Okay,
I
you
did.
would have. Okay,
Yes, I let him know.
okay.
Then, yeah, I'm just gonna point to my back. It's like, this is what I'm talking about. And I'll grab him and be like, I can't help you though. You need to help yourself. And I'll put him down.
So you
and-
like grab onto their arm and kind of like pull them forward. And saying this, as you do, it's a person who's like no teeth. There's literally blood coming from their mouth and it's dripping down onto the front of them. And it looks like a corpse. It looks like a corpse, but they're moving. I said zombie-like people. They are not in a good state. This is a very bad section of town. Black Star knows this, not affected at all. Pull the person forward. They don't even make eye contact with you. Their eyes have been like glazed over with this haze. And as you go to like set them down, they just like crumple onto the ground, arm up over their head. They're out on the ground now.
Is he?
Garen, what?
Is he?
No,
Oh.
don't worry about it. He's fine.
Okay.
And then I pull him further into like the alleyway. We need to figure out how to get out.
I thought we had a plan already for that.
Well, I was hoping someone would be coming in as we were going out, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh,
Yeah. So. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. Can't do that. Oh.
Can-
No, go ahead.
But Black Star would know that people are allowed to leave. You could just go up to the guard and just leave.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
yeah. I was gonna say we could just leave, and then. But
Right, use the door.
Well, no. I was gonna say that you could change your appearance again, and then when we come back, I can go in the hole. So they
Oh
just
no,
think
we're not
I'm
coming
gone.
back through the gate.
Oh right. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just walk out.
All right, lead the way. Here, carry me, and then I'll throw
I'll
myself at him.
all right. Okay. I'll walk over to what looks like the exit.
Tell him I was a wanted man from Hyalus, and you're taking me. Let's not cause any. This might be fun. Let's see. Let's role play.
Okay. I'll put him over my shoulder then.
In one sentence, went from this might not cause any. This will be fun.
Duality of Black Star.
One of the guards kind of steps forward and looks up Garen up and down and kind of nods and gestures towards the person you have slung over your shoulder. Doesn't say anything though.
Oh.
But like gesture, like looking for you to respond, just gesturing.
Oh, okay.
Like, what is this?
This was a wanted man in my home, Hyalus, and I'm just bringing him over.
A wanted man from your home in Hyalus.
I
Yeah.
knew they'd hate that. This is great.
He did something to someone in Hyalus and has been, I guess, here hiding.
Huh. Weird place for a person from Hyalus to come. You should know that.
Yeah, but he did it, and he thought we wouldn't check here.
Yeah, you can stop talking now. And then they
right.
go ahead and the doors just open. And, yeah, I'm not sure how you got in here. You can just go ahead and just gives you the thumb towards the door.
Cool. Thanks. I'm not going to pick fights with people anymore about disrespecting Hyalus. Especially not a guard.
As he's walking out, I'd look at the guard. Don't let him take me.
No, you're from Hyalus too, remember? He doesn't care about you.
Yeah, we have a really strict immigration policy here now, so.
Boy.
Oh gosh.
Is there a badge somewhere on this guard with 3 letters on it?
Wow. You were allowed to exit without anyone tackling you or anyone giving you a side eye. You did manage to pass by the spiked glove. You do see them heading towards the fire starters as you're exiting, especially because you have Black Star kind of slung over your shoulder. You have a view of the position behind you and Tel Noro kind of cascading behind where.
Does
you're
it sound like
looking.
there's any violence that might have been started to break out? Like, is there anyone as they're turning? Like, do I see anything crazy happening, or they're just walking still?
Make your perception check.
Oh man, I hate when you ask me.
Can I look at something? Make a roll. Oh, man, I hate it when I have to roll.
I hate when I have to roll perception.
19. It looks like, for some reason, you know that Captivity's demise should not have been open to the fire starters. They should not have been allowed just entry into it. The gates to it have been opened and the fire starters are entering, and the spiked glove have taken note of that and have quickened their pace. They are literally throwing people out of the way to race towards the fire starters. Something is happening, but you don't know. You have no idea what it is.
We're missing it. We're missing it, Garen. Something's happened. Oh no!
You exit,
I think...
and the doors to Tel Noro close behind you.
All right, I kick a little bit like a child. Get off! Let me down! Let me down!
Right. That works perfectly.
Yeah, that was really good. You're good at that.
I just looked at him and said words. Should we? I don't remember which way we need to go.
Go ahead.
And you can say what you want to say, Tib.
So as you exit Tel Noro, and you are going to head towards the puddle jumper, and these little escapades that you're having, which are quite enjoyable to me at least, we will go ahead and take our break there. So, on the outskirts of Tel Noro, as the doors to the massive city walls close behind you, you are in the desolate landscape of the deserts and the windswept, sandy landscape of the Genesis caldera before you. You don't immediately see any dangers around you. and you can head back towards the puddle jumper if you wish.
How how far can you carry me, Garen, before it becomes an inconvenience?
I expected to carry you the whole way. I didn't think you would want to get off my shoulder
I
right away.
I don't like being carried. What do you think people like being carried?
Maybe not like, but who wants to walk everywhere? I
Yeah,
do, but
yeah, I also do. It's part of the wandering bard shtick. But I was just thinking, we've walked out, and I look up at the gates. There's like people can still see us, so I feel like you should like cuff me and then put me back on your shoulder and then carry me a ways.
can I just hold your wrist with my
Oh, yeah, like look like you're forcing me.
yeah, because I don't have cuffs.
Oh, I just meant like cuff, like the back of my head or something.
Oh.
Yeah, like hit me.
Okay. Uh, sorry in
No, no,
advance.
no. I like your idea better now.
Okay.
It's fine. You
All
don't have
right.
to hit me. I didn't think of. Yeah,
So yeah,
just.
I'm just gonna start pulling him with me.
And I go
While I grab his wrist.
I'm trying to. I theatrically trying to resist, but I'm really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Performance check.
Oh. You know, like when someone's trying to look like they're being dragged, but really they're walking with the person, so they're
I
not.
don't really need to perform. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm holding back.
Oh man.
Well, you have advantage because he's trying to actually drag you along. So,
Oh, okay. Let's try that again.
I mean, 21's pretty good. So,
Oh, that was worse. Why can't I roll over tens? This is strange.
Black Star's
That is weird.
Ouch.
um,
You know what I'm saying?
there's the two guards that are posted on the outside. It's the same guards as that were there when you first arrived. They don't seem to pay you any attention at all, and you're allowed to leave. Do you head out into the caldera in the direction of Hyalus?
They don't know that. Like only the other person knows. So I'll just take a detour and walk toward uh the direction we came from.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no other way to put it. There, you're unhindered on your journey back. You are able to
No,
make it.
doesn't look like anyone follows us, or there's no. Because when we were coming in, there were people. Like at least someone was watching us somewhere.
Can I look around?
That's true. Yeah, go ahead and both of you make perception checks.
It's like this was like 4 weeks ago when we got here.
Literally. Okay, waiting for Garen's roll to come through. There we go. Hey, both 14s. Look at that. I mean, from what your limited scope is in your immediate vicinity, there isn't anybody other than the guards that are on the front of the wall that are watching you. Garen, with his mile-long vision, can see a good distance into the caldera. You can't see all the way across it to the mountain ranges, but even looking up at the point where there was that shiny, like, possibly mirror communication system that was going on earlier, you're not entirely sure what that... There was a reflection of something up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that currently. For all intents and purposes, you don't feel like you're being watched right now.
Well, and anyway, Garen, to continue the point that I was trying to make inside before we left. Yes, we're going back to it. Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten. I think I'm coming around to some of the reasoning that you carry with you. You came from Hyalus, where people were taken care of, and that's probably a nice feeling.
Mm, yeah, that's why.
But no, yeah, go ahead.
That's why I do what I do, because that's the example I was given.
And that's why the people of Talnoro do what they do. Now, is it right or wrong? No, but it's kind of like, let's say you fell madly in love with someone, right? This is someone you want in your life that you want to understand. Are you basing everything that you see of them from your own experiences or their experiences? Who are you trying to understand for others, or are you just trying to make it fit into your box?
I guess before coming here, I was trying to fit everything into my box. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, that's why I accept what you said to a point. I just didn't agree with the fires, like their actions specifically. I think
Fair.
I think I wouldn't live here, but many people want to live here for their purposes, whether they don't have options, uh, and they're happy slash thriving here, while others aren't. Like it's just the culture of the area. Like it's not meant to be what I my idea of what is right and wrong is specifically tailored to Hyalus. Uh,
Correct.
that doesn't mean that I won't want to help a old woman who fell on the ground.
Right, but are you helping her based on your idea of what helping someone is? You don't
Yeah,
know the people of Talnora. What if their help isn't overt like that? What if you have to help them to make them think like they've done it themselves? Have you ever considered that?
I guess, but I would think that living in Talnoro is that, and having the occasional, here you go, you just get to have this would be refreshing.
I mean, if maybe if that's what you needed, but most of the people in Talnoro, they're there and they've adapted. And so handouts and charity feels like a cop out. If you don't earn it yourself, did you really do you really deserve it? Did you earn it?
Do I still keep pulling you, by the way?
Oh
Can
no, I think we're okay. Get off
All
me.
right.
And I'll turn back into Black Star, but with like a curly mustache.
Oh, that's what you look like. I forgot.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. It's crazy. And the
yeah,
mustache occasionally goes out and comes back in. Cartoon character.
He has an undulating mustache.
Correct.
uh, I just personally like while trying to take in the idea that other places have different ideas of what justice and good is, I still feel that I have to figure out what my ultimate good is. I still feel an urge to help people in certain circumstances. And if it ends up harming them, I'll learn that, but I can't stop myself from doing it,
And
beforehand.
I don't want you to stop, Garen. I think it's lovely that you like to help people. I do. I'm not a bad guy. Um,
I don't think you are.
yeah, I'm not. I don't casually
Do you need
murder.
help, like as we climb, by the way?
No, I'm fine. I'll be okay.
All
And I
right.
look, are we climbing anything? Are we? I
I
thought
mean,
we
we
were
had to
walking.
scale down slightly while we were.
Right, but that's because we took a shortcut. Oh, we can't just walk all the way there. Do you want to take the shortcut again?
Uh, I mean,
Just tell me you don't want to take a long, deep walk with me. It's fine, Garen. And I walk over towards wherever the closest wall, and I start
we
to
can walk if you want to walk.
dramatically climb it.
I won't. If you would rather walk, we can walk. I'm fine with walking. I just assumed that if you could expedite the at
What, walk
least
faster?
no. Just this is the helping part that like, oh, I don't, you don't have to do something. I could just carry you up rather.
No, I
But
like doing things myself, Garen.
yeah, I get that. That's pretty much this whole conversation. I'm just trying to help. That's the thing. It's a weird feeling to 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 believe you're doing something for the sake of others, but in reality, in Talnoro, potentially in other places, you may not be helping them. You're actually hindering them in some way.
You know, I like that you're from Hyalus, and honestly, I've never been there, but I'm sure it's interesting and nice in its own way. But you have a very Hyalus mindset.
Uh, I never left up until a few months ago. So
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense then.
yeah, uh, like I left to, do my chainless thing, and then I got captured. That was my entire like that was in the span of a few weeks.
My question is, do you help people to help them, or do you help them so that you feel better?
Uh, it's more so just I feel like it's what I should be doing because I don't. It's all I've been good at is like
I've
helping.
seen you punch people. You're very good at that.
Well, that's through through that. That's how I help people.
What, through the walls? Because I've seen you punch them through those also.
No, that's just fun. I, I, like it's not something I talk about often, but I'm not very uh good at many things other than I guess what you guys see me do all the time. But I tried a lot of things up until finally doing this, and even doing this I was not good at for a long time.
Well, what
That
things are you not good at well, do you think you're not good at?
I tried doing what my mom does and smithing. That was uh, she was very patient with me, but I don't know how patient an orc mother can be. Uh, my dad makes clothing, so I tried that. That didn't work. Eventually, I just started doing menial labor around to help my parents out. That just meant carrying a bunch of things, and even that started feeling like I'm not really doing anything. Then I started seeing or paying attention to the fact that these elementals that protect the city are doing what they're doing all the time, every day to a certain extent. And I just thought, like, why don't I try doing that without my parents' permission? So I just started sneaking out there and trying to watch them and practice. And then eventually, when I got, uh, I don't know, when I felt confident enough that I could help, I tried, but I still wasn't helping. They were helping me stay alive while I was trying to just learn what they do. Um, and eventually, I became somewhat competent, but it wasn't until I started and I like gesture at the glyph in my hand. It wasn't until this that I actually really started to feel like I was helping and contributing. And then once I found out about the chainless, I felt that like I need to keep moving forward. I Now that I'm helping in this capacity, I'm now going to help in a larger capacity now that I've been given whatever this is. That's just a long way of saying that I feel like it's my duty that to help. I've been given a power of sorts that allows me to fight in ways that I like. Sure, I trained, but I fight in such a way that I'm capable of doing things that I was never able to do, including protect Hyala's. So I feel like I should be protecting more than just Hyala's in this instance after getting this power. I was not didn't really make my mother happy, but uh, you know, I felt like I needed to do it, so my dad had my back.
It's very noble of you, Garen.
Does that make anything more clear, or are you going to tell me that?
No, I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm just trying to help you understand that where, everyone's different. But that's your story, and I like your story. That's a good story. You are a noble man, Garen. You are strong of heart, strong of body, okay in your mind. Um,
What was that?
what? Nothing. But I have heard you play music beautifully. I have seen you diffuse situations with your words. You are of sound judgment. You are one of the better ones in this group. And I'm counting myself, and you're one of the better ones. And I appreciate having you here. But even the stones bend to the winds and the water and fire. So just try not to be too set in them, is all. Just you want to help the world, you need to understand the world. But I think you do an admirable job with everything that you believe you're capable of, and I like it. I will walk with you to the puddle jumper anytime.
You're not so bad yourself.
I know, but thank you. And then we gotten there yet? We've just been...
We've been talking for a minute.
I mean, I was kind
You're
of waiting
5
for the
minutes
right
from the gate.
opportunity. Right? Yeah. So, coming up the side of the hill up into the mountains, you do see the puddle jumper, or rather, you see the stone wall that was constructed around it, and all the I don't exactly remember, but you attempted to
like brush and everything.
obfuscate its appearance there. So you know where it is though. So you march up.
Is
to
there
the back.
anything untoward, like anything like look
Different?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
it
even
hasn't.
notice
It
that
hasn't
anyways.
been. It hasn't been very long since you
Oh,
were
that's
here.
a fair point. I keep forgetting it.
It's been
It was
weeks.
only like, it was only like a year ago. Thank you for playing along.
You think they had anything interesting happen over there?
I doubt it. I mean, what it's just the four of them. Like then they're not very exciting. Like I left and you came with me and we're the most, well, I don't know, Darrow's split personality B2. That's kind of cool. But other than that, like what have they got? Oh, so, did they do anything cool? You're
They
ridiculous.
could have been like learning about that new guy.
Oh, Clovis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clovis.
he's interesting. I want to talk to him sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk. I just feel like I should know him more if he's gonna stick with us.
I mean, that's yeah. You probably, can you talk to the pony? You know how to talk to the pony, right?
Oh.
To her?
Yeah.
Where is the thing? Did we lock it in there? It's hot. Did we crack a window?
We're playing its favorite music.
It's in a microwave this entire time.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
It's
just
just cooked. You
cooked.
might have a feast on your hand here, Garrus. Hours.
He
Fall
only
off
likes
the
the legs,
bone
though.
tender.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
ritual cast, or like sit on the ground
with
and
animals.
meditate, touch dirt. I don't know. I can't think right now.
I mean, it's stone
and-
ground, but there is dirt around. So whatever you
Yeah,
need,
like
it's
spread it
available.
on my chest or something, and cast speak with animals.
As he's doing that, I'll
Wait,
open.
since Speak with Animals does allows you to talk to them, you need to put dirt into your mouth to get the magic there.
Maybe, but I said chest, and it works,
Yeah,
right,
fair
Tim?
point.
Mhm, it sure does. Yep. Nice. I appreciate you, Jay. I sure do. And
I don't know,
Put-
right?
put Felix in his place. Yeah. All right. So you're ritually casting it. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
so
the
it's
only way I can do it. I don't have
10 minute, whatever. It doesn't matter.
10
You
minutes.
guys, a few minutes. You go over, open the hatch. Buttercup is dead. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
So you open up the hatch.
Wait,
It
no,
smells
Buttercup's
so good
got
in
it.
there.
He's been thinking
Black
to
Star
another
went
China's
and
face.
Yeah, Blackstar went and checked while he was ritual casting for sure.
And just let him finish, even though
Yeah.
Yep.
like
He's just standing there
Let him
looking at it.
finish.
Just
I
like
close
this.
the door again before he gets there. I'm like, go ahead.
Mind your illusion.
Right. Yep. Black Star becomes
Buttercup.
the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Hello.
I forgot that's how he sounds. Yeah,
Her,
we're ready.
her.
Jeez, yeah.
It's a good-
We're ready to take you back.
Okay.
What have you been doing here? And I look around.
Just kind of eating. Mr.
You pooping?
Louise had left behind a small pouch of good berries, and so I'm a little more full. He said not to eat too many of them, but
Did you leave any for me?
I didn't listen. I did.
Okay.
There's 3 left. Do you want one? Do you
Yeah,
have a,
I'll take at least.
Okay.
Yeah. Or,
At
oh,
least,
But
at
it-
least what? Of the
One.
three?
One.
Oh, okay, okay.
By now, they're just regular berries.
oh yeah.
Yeah, good berries only last 24 hours.
Yeah, it's just
But they're still
regular
berries. They're
now.
still berries.
Yeah.
Berries. You know,
Um,
in memory.
I don't really have like I don't have a
Not
tummy ache
bad.
or anything, but I just could. They're kind of yummy. So yeah, there's one left here. Do you have somebody with you?
Oh yeah. It's Blackstar. Blackstar. He's asking
Oh.
for you. Well, not really. He just asked if someone else was there.
No, I'm not asking for him. But
Blackstar comes around. Oh, it's the pony. Go ahead.
you could,
I
you
don't
could,
want to talk to it.
I mean, you could tell him I'm not really a pony, but that doesn't really matter. Are we going?
He says
some-
he's not
we're
really a
going
pony,
somewhere?
and it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're well,
I'm not
this
really
was-
sure if you have a problem with misgendering in 2025, but it's
I can say
What?
I couldn't even keep a straight face. I could.
he.
I'm sorry, that was
I'm
terrible.
just used to
I
seeing
don't know why. But also,
nothing but dudes in front of
Yeah,
me, so I'm
but
like just saying he.
I don't know what.
Bunch of
I feel like
bros.
Buttercup is a boy name, not a. I mean, like
A Buttercup's-
animal specific.
What?
Yeah, it's a.
I
I
don't
mean, it's
know.
like Powerpuff Girls. I could try to think of that.
Oh man, I don't know where that came from.
Powerpuff.
Anyways,
I'll start drawing the chalk door while he's talking to Buttercup.
okay.
Yeah, we're bringing you back. I guess home. I don't really have a lot of the information that everyone else.
Oh,
Well, not home. What, like where you? Who so we were tasked with bringing you back to someone that you were taken from.
Oh, Dreek.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I hope he's okay with the way I look now. I'm definitely a
You
little
look
bit
fine.
different.
You look a little bit more like you can do some damage.
I mean, I don't know if that's a compliment or if I should take it that way, but you know, I'm no stranger to abuse. So if he has any problems with the way I look, you know, I'll be able to handle it. I'm used to all that. So
I'm never talking to this this pony ever again.
Oh my god, this poor child.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
they weren't. You have to understand they weren't here for the original conversation with
Yeah.
Buttercup that Louise had with them. So,
oh. That's the
um,
kind of trauma that therapy doesn't even scratch the surface of. Oh.
all right. Well, are we walking? It's kind of warm outside. I mean, it's warm in here too, but I only
No,
have the
we
one
have-
berry left. Does Mr. Blackstar want a berry?
She's asking if you want the last. Or isn't there two berries? Did you eat one?
Well, yeah. I mean,
While you weren't looking, I had another.
I might have. I don't know if they have any where we're going, but I kind
Don't
of
take
like.
this last one from me. I'm gonna need it too.
I like berries.
I mean, you can have it.
Like I would, you know, if I had, you know, Dreek liked to make like these little cookie treats for me, and I was thinking blueberries would be great for them, but I just kind of ate them all. So there's one left.
No, and keep it and maybe give it to him.
Oh, Mr. Blackstar doesn't want the. Okay, I was just trying
Oh
to make
wait,
friends.
I'll at least ask. Blackstar, she wants to know if you want the last berry.
Berry. Where did
Yeah, the berries
she
that Louise would make.
the from like a week or more ago?
I don't know.
Oh no.
He said,
No.
"Oh no."
No, I don't want that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can keep it. He does not want it.
Okay.
I thought
are
it
they
was
st-
good. I don't know
Are
why
they
he doesn't
still
want it.
good?
I was just trying to make friends, but you know, Mr. Blackstar has never really looked at me with any kind of fondness, but I'm used to that. So, all right, let's go. Where are we going?
Oh my god!
I forgot how depressing Buttercup.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Jeez. I don't even want to tell
Eeyore
you
in pony
what he
form.
just said. She.
Oh. It's all right. I'm gonna just finish this. It's weird listening to you. And I finish the door.
Okay.
How do I don't actually know how this works though.
Oh, that's great. That's
I
As
go
it
for the
forms,
handle.
the door, like in the, you wouldn't have been drawing it into the puddle jumper itself, but like you'd found like a I don't know, side of a mountain,
side
like
of
a
the giant rock wall, like
rock
created.
wall that was there. That's fine. And so the door kind of like appears in place, and there's a doorknob.
Oh, look.
So
Like, open it. Go!
and there's like a portal on the other side. You can see the inside of the locked mind.
You can go in, and
Oh.
I'm going to like pat it on like the butt and to push it forward.
Oh,
Good idea. If anything goes wrong, Buttercup will take it.
yep. That's not unusual for me either. Okay, let's go. And she
Oh my gosh! I'm never using speak with animals.
I hope
again.
those pylons were turned off, I'll tell you that.
Honestly, it's Buttercup that's depressing. The rest of the animals weren't that bad.
Yeah, and I guess I'll run in after.
Why are you running? That's so strange. And then
Wait,
I don't know if it.
No.
I don't know if it's like a
No,
timed thing.
It is, it's a whole
Remember-
minute.
Him to get through.
Yeah, right?
I just remember, don't talk to animals. Once I talked to some and they told us we could eat them.
Oh, that's right.
Jeez.
Okay.
What are you doing, Tim?
Animals they're built different.
Yeah. And by
Alright.
different, you mean incorrectly, right?
I'll go in behind them.
They're not incorrect. They're just different.
They're different. Okay, you guys all rush through. You appear on the other side, and the wind howling disappears behind you. I'm assuming that you
Wind's
closed the
howling.
puddle jumper.
Yes.
You know, close everything
Yeah.
up before appearing on the other side and going through the door. Trying to think of the conversation you guys had, the amount of time.
Walking
Yeah,
would have
10
been,
minutes.
it was like, what?
for
Yeah, half an hour or
Wanderer's
something.
book.
But then
I
we also
mean-
had 10 minutes for him to do ritual casts, so.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but the guy was examining.
The backpack for like 5 minutes.
So they probably
Like
have,
that.
the backpack and then also the book, the brief conversations. They've probably gone, but in the interest of keeping everything together, just making it more cohesive, I'll say that. I mean, are you guys cool with that?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They just kind of, we'll bring it back here.
No, Tim. We and Black Star need to sit here in real time and wait for them.
That's right.
We're not gonna even talk anymore because we're done. We have nothing else to say to each
So we'll
Yeah,
say
we've talked
say
enough.
that it's a few minutes after they gain entry that you join them, because you're granted access because of what they did before you. So we'll have you join in a few minutes.
other. Okay.
The rest of you, after having given all the information, secrets, quote unquote, to this quip individual, you present your wrists forward and are stamped. And there's a very distinct feeling that washes over you. It's almost like something's been inserted into your veins that just courses through your entire body. It's not harmful in any way, but you, especially Xander, I mean, actually, the other three of you, other than Darrow, there's that feeling like you cannot use magic, but it's a quip response. You must put your hand on the orb, and I will transfer you to the vault.
Must
The
we ponder the orb?
stamp is only momentary, so you must do it now.
Tim, really quick, with the stamp, how does my eye feel?
Man, you
Your
guys always
eyes
got to
and
ask me these
jealousy.
tough questions. I got to think about stuff. That's interesting.
I would also then ask, how does
I
Darrow
will
feel?
say.
I was gonna ask. Does my hand work?
That's fine.
I lose my sorcerer levels.
Let's not overcomplicate things.
Sure. So just my eye burns and like I want to pull it out and like it's fine. Like it's whatever.
Just like the book, yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically your eye. I think I know what you're referencing, but there's no difference there. It's just your inability to use typical your magic items and your spells. You just can't cast magic anymore. The hand. Just poof, falls onto the ground. Brazier's right arm just dislocates and just falls onto the ground.
Oh my god! Oh!
Well, that's a new one. All right, pick it up, put it in a pocket.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not really shocked. I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Well, you
Do
forgot it
wanna
wasn't
put
real?
in the bag?
No, I'll hold on to it on the person.
Don't lose it in there.
Nah.
I'm sure we'll be able to find a replacement until lower. Or...
That's true. I'm sure someone's selling arms here.
On Clovis's
I'm an
back,
arms dealer.
I mean, where do you think I got this one?
on Clovis's back, there is a pretty distinct. Things kind of power down. Darrow feels no different at all.
You're a real boy.
You guys all
There's no
go
magic
and
in you.
put your hand on this small, like 8-inch orb or so, right?
Ponder it. real quick.
Whether it's one by one or all at the same time doesn't matter. You are teleported away. So you literally just place your hand on it. The orb doesn't lift off of the pedestal, the little tiny little holder that's on. There is a little bit of energy that emanates from it, and your eyes, there's a white light that and there's a veil that's removed from you, and you are no longer standing in that room. You are in a stone chamber, and only because Xander has a perspective on things. I don't know. I'm not saying that correctly. I'm making a correlation to how Caleb would be I know exactly where I am right now, kind of thing.
Well, I mean, everybody knows the Dewey Decimal System. I'm gonna find my way through this library just fine.
So the stone chamber is maybe 25, 30 feet wide and maybe about 15 or 20 feet deep. And there's another desk, and there's no one sitting at it. It's just in this room, and there's a large doorway. There's no door at all. It's just it's not even arched. It's just an opening. And beyond that, you can see a gargantuan room, 100, 200, 300 feet wide. From your perspective, all you're looking out, and there's some kind of ambient light that looks like sunlight shining from hundreds of feet above, with rays casting down over huge bookcases that line from the ground up to the ceiling, and you're seeing this 8-foot wide opening vision of this. And there's hundreds of people in amongst this central room, and there are stone tables and chairs. It's almost like a big dining mess hall, but also surrounded by a giant library on the outskirts of it. And so you're in this little entry room that you've been teleported into, but nobody is there to greet you at all. You're just inside now. That's what you see in front of you.
All right.
Well, let's get started.
So that system you talked about, how does it work? Do we?
Oh, don't get me started. There's so many ways you can categorize books in here. I think I just need to get used to it, really. Hold on. And I'll walk over to a shelf and I'll start acclimating myself to how things are ordered, if there's an order.
Okay. So in the room that you're currently standing in, this small stone or medium-sized stone chamber, there aren't any bookshelves. It's just this desk. So you walk past the desk, out through this opening. There is a circular hallway that is on the outside of this gigantic central room. And you can assume that all the people that are milling about, most of them are rebellion personnel. And then you can very clearly pick out the ones that are in a maroon, gold-lined robes are members of the Locked Mind that are trying to keep some kind of semblance of order to what's going on here. It's not like people are being rowdy or anything, but they're just kind of keeping an eye on things and making sure people have food. There's a giant meal going on at the time. So you can walk inside, and within a few feet, there's a bookshelf there. You can go over and take a book off the shelf, and you can look at the bindings that are here. And most of the information that's stored here is just general knowledge about the world, things that Xander would absolutely already know. it's not like school-aged information. It's just lots of categories of like normal things that of about the world, science and history to some extent. And picking up like a basic history book, there's nothing defined past 100 years ago in most of what's here. And you get the sense very quickly that the information that's stored here is surface knowledge, and you would likely have to ask around or maybe poke around to find the deeper recesses of maybe what you're looking for, something more deep. We don't need this music anymore, because you are in Telnoro, but you are in the Locked Mind library.
We're in a library.
School's Out by Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
No, they like this in Telnoro.
This is something that most Telnorians don't experience.
Calm.
Peace and quiet.
There's chatter.
Yes.
There's several hundred people having a meal in the midst of this room, and so there's like a chatter amongst everybody. A few moments of taking in the scene before you. There's a sound of behind you. Blackstar and Garen appear in the stone chamber behind you.
Karen,
Oh,
be
wow.
careful.
That was fast.
Oh. Was it? What have you all been doing?
Oh, we just got here, like...
Getting access to this place.
How'd you do that?
Shared some information.
Man, they don't like the
Huh?
chain list, so they let us in as well.
Oh, well,
I didn't
that's
have
good.
to even give them anything. That's awesome. I
Yeah, we
didn't
just
have
kind of
anything.
brought Buttercup, which, looking around, is Buttercup with us.
I mean, you took her with you. So I just skipped past all
Okay.
that.
Poof
Just
on
wanna
the
make sure.
orb.
It was blown up by the violence.
Yeah.
It's Garen eating a bony leg.
Oh gosh.
Have you guys found Dreek yet, at least?
No,
We basically just walked in,
Oh,
and
Xander
Xander found the
disappears
nearest
around a corner.
bookshelf.
yeah, that sounds like him.
So,
What,
you
what
guys
system
think there's
is it?
like a
Sam?
librarian? Or...
It's possible that it's, set up in just general categories. Like one of them was just general world knowledge. It's possible that it's also time related. It looks like the first one didn't go past somewhere between 75 and 100 years. So maybe if this actually is the deepest library of, if this actually is the deepest collection of knowledge in the world, outside of Redwall, then, hopefully they have more past 100 years, which is actually where most of our questions lie.
Wait, we care about what happened way back then?
Well, more than one of us is at least semi-invested in that past, and
least
one of us has may or may not have actually been there, and is either choosing to withhold information that we're going to have to find out ourselves, or genuinely doesn't remember that information and we'll have to uncover it.
I didn't think Clovis was that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
I knew it. Clovis, you're a sneaky fellow.
Did you like to figure that out?
Did you guys see what did he say, the master librarian yet?
No.
The librarian.
Librarian.
No, not yet.
I figured he would have.
You've basically seen as much as we have.
At this point, out of the crowd of people that are here, a particular like silver-haired individual, very clearly elf, very sharp-eyed, stern-looking person, arms folded into their long like silver robes outlined in white with lots of intricate like runes kind of inscribed all over their robes, kind of steps forward towards the rest of you. Looks, and I say silver-haired, but this elf looks like they're 1,000 years old. But with no inkling of like needing a cane or hobbling or anything. It's almost like they're walking and they're floating over to you. And this person has a stone face, just like no emotion whatsoever, floats over to you.
I nudge
And-
Garen. How old is he?
Stop! Don't.
We're
What?
not supposed to ask that
Stop
question.
what? You don't know that.
Did
Oh yeah, right.
Did Quick
Hello.
not like brief you on what? Hi. Just,
Howdy.
one sec.
Howdy.
You're
Oh,
not supposed
hello.
to ask what you just asked.
Beep boop.
Hello.
I can't hold this to the face. There's a beep boop. that's the thing that got me. No, this is some of the songs on here aren't going to play, so we'll just fix that. Okay. I am Drellin Thask,
Drellin
and
Fast.
I am the master librarian here within the locked mind. And like very slowly, carefully glances over each and every one of you, eyes running up and down, just giving you a complete and total thorough look over. Stopping on Xander and on Clovis and on B2 and on Razier.
Well, most of us.
Almost all of them.
He's like stopping.
Well,
Just
The two new ones, the two that just came in.
We're not that interested.
important.
I'm just a barbarian.
for whatever reason, the eyes don't seem to tell or give as much importance to Garen or Blackstar, for whatever reason.
What about Buttercup?
Great question.
The look over Buttercup as though this person was expecting Buttercup to arrive. Just more interested in some of the party. I understand why you're here. I will accept this unicorn. and
What was his
return
name again? I'm sorry.
it. Drellin.
Drellin.
It's it's Drellen.
Trask.
Thask. Thask.
Ooh,
Okay, I got the
totally
last
got
name
that
right.
one.
I managed to get it right.
I didn't get the first name right.
Drellin Thask. Yes.
I heard Trellin. Not
I
Trellin.
was expecting,
Master librarian. Parentheses. He old.
Old elf.
Mm-hmm.
or at least has the appearance of being old. Yeah.
I was expecting. Sorry.
I was expecting your arrival and the handoff of Buttercup. I will take her from your charge and return her to where she belongs. I see you've been granted access, as was expected, and have been quietly given some of what you provided. Looking towards Razier, just kind of still stone-faced, just eyes hovering on Razier for just a moment as he says that. And then, without breaking eye contact with Razier, takes the hands apart, and one elderly elven hand reaches out past the cloak that's there, palm open towards Xander. The book.
Oh, yeah. I will give him my notebook.
Takes it, folds it into the large sleeves of the robe that he's wearing. Well, he kind of like eyes glint for a moment There's nothing on his wrists as far as the stamps are concerned. Kind of like waves his hand in the air for a second. And you see him staring at Buttercup, and Buttercup's eyes just go wide for a moment, like looking at the individual. They're seemingly having a silent conversation for a few seconds. Buttercup walks forward past the rest of you towards Drellin. There's no words exchanged.
While this awkward silence is happening, can I? I just want to see if Grignac. I got the stamp too, I imagine.
You would have, yes.
Yeah.
Can I hear or communicate with Grignac right now?
You can.
Okay, all right. That I would have just been like, "Are you there?" And that's it.
Blackstar,
Yes, Grignac.
it's suffocatingly dark down here, Blackstar.
Dark. Can you? Oh, you can't see now.
It's cold.
Oh,
I've never
That's
felt
weird.
so cold. Are we going after Kezarak?
yes, yes. We're going to do. As a matter of fact, we're somewhere where we can learn more about that, so we can prepare to rescue him.
Okay. I'll wait.
Yeah, just try to stay warm, buddy.
Maybe light all these books on fire.
I have thought of that.
There's a lot of paper.
We'll talk. There's so much paper. It's so dry down here too. Oh gosh.
Buttercup walks forward and just kind of goes and stands behind Drellin, looking sheepish. She wasn't. I mean, she's crazy eyes, like meandering all around at all times, and kind of tongue lolling to the side, occasionally coming up and slurping the side of her face as it comes down. So it's kind of hard to read her expression, but she seems a little diminished in her stature at this moment as she stands behind Drellin. And Drellin kind of looks back to the rest of the group and readdresses you. Well, you've gained access to the locked mind. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Yeah. Where can I learn about Hyalus?
Well,
You can read.
Yes, he can read.
I can read. You saw me read.
like leans in, and for the
When?
first time, the brows furrow slightly. Why would you want to learn about Hyalus?
I just figured it'd be, a place I could learn anything from. But if you don't have it, then that's fine.
Your words are somewhat muddled. Are you saying that you could learn anything about Hyalus in Hyalus, or are you saying that this is a place you could learn anything about Hyalus?
Well, learn anything about anything. It just seems like that's the idea I got from the guy that we're originally talking to. That this place, yes, this place has information on everything. So maybe they'd have information about Hyalus.
Well, I can say we don't have information about Hyalus, but what I will tell you, my very large friend... By the way, he's very tall, so probably eye to eye with Garen. I should have mentioned that earlier.
My immersion.
My immersion. Information is garnered by those who search for it. And you are in the right place, but I am simply the custodian for those, or I should say, for the information that's stored here. And the simple answer to your question is here in the library.
Yeah.
Are you not gonna tell us where the books we want to read are? Do we need to find them ourselves?
There are other librarians who are here who could help you and guide you to what you're looking for. I am simply the manager of this facility.
He's too important to help us.
I have more important things to attend to, like seeing to it that this unicorn finds where it belongs.
All right.
Which
Thank you.
I I'm gonna just kneel down really quick in front of Buttercup. I know that you can understand me. I'm not gonna be able to understand you back, but Dreek is gonna love you, and I know that you're gonna love Dreek, and I know that you'll take great care of him. And then I'm gonna stand up and open my pouch.
Before you do, there's a tongue that along the side, and you get a little bit on your hair, just like flicked up from the spit. Mm-hmm.
And I'll stand up, fix myself up a little bit, and I'm gonna pull out 50 gold coins from my pouch and pass them off to Thask, and give these to Garrett. Tell him that they're for Dreek. Not necessarily that, like, they are Dreeks, but it's more like they can be used for Dreek. I don't want him to feel like he owes us anything, or I'm trying to bribe him into speaking to us. I understand how he's feeling, so I want to support him. So just give this money to Garrett and tell him it's for Dreek.
Drellin,
Babysitting fee.
Drellin Thask like draws in closer to Xander and is much taller than Xander, and kind of like looking down, arms still folded inside of the sleeves, kind of looking down. Doesn't touch you, just gets closer and looks down. Are you a descendant in the line of the Adavinos?
Yes.
Do you know a Giulietta?
Yes. That's... How do you know her?
How well do you know her?
I have to look at my family tree really quick because I'm forgetting the name.
It's your mother.
It is my mother, right? I was forgetting if it was my grandmother or my mother.
It's your mom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's my mom. I spent, I don't know, for years. It was really just her and I, and the library, or, I mean, a spell-safe training room.
Next time you see her, tell her she still owes me a favor.
That might be a while.
What's another few hundred years? He steps away. All right. And in regards to the money, Drake has great things ahead of him. And I think that Garrett and I have great plans for the future for the rebellion. In fact, I myself see it as a boon to the Locked Mind that the rebellion has joined up with us. I intend on paying a visit to Zil and seeing whether or not we can put together some of the information we've garnered over the last couple of centuries and make things happen. There's too few of the rebellion, unfortunately, at this point to make any great impact as the Chainless continue to march towards what they think is the end of all things. He's just saying this out to the rest of you, and the people that are having dinner or lunch at this point are like not even 50 feet behind him, just at tables. Nobody's paying attention to what he's saying, though, addressing the rest of you. And I have told Garrett that we do not need, this is in my personal opinion, do not need the information that Matthias Taramore has to offer. I know what his dealings with are with you and also with Matthias, looking towards Razir. I'm not so sad. In any case, I look forward to working with you in the future. And I'll make sure that Garrett isn't so salty about the things you choose to do to the benefit of all of us. So,
I look around to see if Veriloth is here at all.
so I just because there's just so much going on, but yeah, off to the side, Veriloth at this point is there. Nobody else can Xander and Razir can see him off looking. He's like taking a book off the shelf, like pretending like he wasn't being noticed, and like turns and looks and puts a book back on the shelf.
So do the rest of us see a floating book?
No.
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 No,
the
he's
book
just
the book
pretending
didn't
to-
actually move. Yeah.
Yeah.
After a puzzled look, I just kind of like gesture at him and like, huh? What's up with that?
So Veriloth's probably like maybe 40 feet from you, off looking at the bookshelf, and you make that gesture, and Veriloth just shrugs at you, and just he still has he's got the brain exposed, right, just from before. It's the same aesthetic from the graveyard, tentacles kind of coming out and down the side, kind of like hair. He just kind of like plucks one. He's really far less serious than you've ever seen him before. He's happy right now. You see just a look of glee, and you can easily attribute it to the fact that you're in this place, and because you're in this place, he's in this place, right? And so he just like picks off one of the tentacles, and he's just kind of like chewing on it, and then tosses it to the side. Doesn't give you a response. It's confusing. It is confusing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Drellin Thask is doesn't say anything further. Kind of takes a step back, looks out and kind of gestures out towards the crowd that's there. These are the ones that we will harness for the future. We will defeat the Chainless. Garrett has a narrow mind. I think that with my guidance, he will see that the world can be a better place with rebellion at its helm. I'm sure that you all can agree with that.
Sounds interesting. Can we go look at books now?
Of course.
I'm gonna go
But
look at books.
Wait,
Just
can I-
look at the
I'm gonna go, and I walk away.
He like takes his hands and just like claps, and there's 3 other librarians that are brought up and kind of are at your.
Does he take the money from me?
Oh yeah, I assumed he'd already taken the money from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grab one of the librarians and walk away from everyone, and I tell Garen, come on.
I'm kind of
Is he talking?
trailing. Huh?
Oh, I'm
No.
muted. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. I just said I was following him.
I'm kind of trailing a little bit behind Thask for a second. Like, wait, can I pick your brain at all on any? I mean, you seem to be very wise, and you have a lot of thoughts on things, and I also like to have thoughts, and so I'm, sorry.
He does start to
Can I-
walk off and does turn around and just kind of gives you a side eye, long glance down over the left shoulder towards you. What
He
is?
says.
I would like to know what Darrow is doing in this moment.
Yeah. Darrow's not getting a good vibe from this dude.
Oh, are you gonna insight check him?
No, in Sylvan, to him, I'm going to say, "Who are you?" Exactly. Just like so many people have been deceitful in the past 3 weeks.
No.
So I think that's a fair question.
As Xander had been like not chasing him, but like following up behind him, he turned and did the glance. Darrow asked this question, and his eyes just kind of snap up towards Darrow, and his eyes narrow towards you. Who I am? What?
His eyes narrow at Darrow.
His eyes narrow at Darrow.
Yeah, Xander moves his hand to cast comprehend languages, and he can't, and he's just like snapping his finger.
Who are you, and why do you wish to know?
I asked first. No. It's been a while, and this is still in Sylvan. It's been a while since I have run into an elf.
Earlier today, you did.
Thanks,
Deer.
Clovis.
Did anybody else here
Xander
speak
doesn't
Sylvan,
know.
by the way?
I don't.
Nobody?
I'd be
He likes
surprised if
saying
Garen
that's
could.
Elvis.
I speak Elvish.
But not Sylvan.
No, he speaks 2 languages.
I speak
I-
primordial.
So do I.
I have a great relationship with elves from the past. And that's I'm being, if he's not going to be open, I'm not going to be open.
I've told you my name. I don't know yours.
Dawn Sword of Lady Moonshadow. The Dawn Sword of Lady Moonshadow. Like that's a title, not a name, right?
I know what it is. No,
Okay,
I
just-
know what you're saying.
I don't. You have to tell me. Freaking-
I know what it
Alright,
is.
sorry, Tim.
I totally know what that is.
Dude, back off.
I don't have to check my
man.
notes. I don't have to check my notes to see what that is at all. I totally know what that is.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed again?
No. Okay.
Unless I got my notes wrong.
No. I mean, I don't see that title anywhere in your notes. Am I missing something?
Nope, that was just
Okay.
trying to say, like, I served.
No, I
I have a special relationship with Lady
Gotcha.
Moonshadow.
Gotcha. Okay. His eyes kind of go wide for a moment and then return to his stern stare at you. Now that's a name I've not heard in quite a long time. So, you are of the Lightbringer lineage, then?
Correct.
And in this form?
It seems that I was given a second chance.
This requires further investigation. If what you say is true, and I highly doubt it is, then we have much to talk about. Might you
Lead the
join
way.
me in my office?
Oh,
I will.
Xander is gonna be so jealous.
And I catch up and walk with him.
Okay.
And I to Xander.
And Sanders like Sanders
I
like
said to Xander.
I want to talk to you.
Have fun reading, kid.
Bro. You just little bro to him. Oh my god.
Oh wow,
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Darrow
Just
is
a little bro.
a very different contrast to be
I-
two. I love it.
I'm not gonna patch you up anymore. Stupid.
Oh,
Fine, I have mending.
a descendant
You'll be fine.
of the Adavino family and a claimed remnant of the lost Lightbringer lineage. You both can join me in my office if you wish.
Oh, are we going with you now?
Well, are you any like gestures towards Xander and towards Darrow? You bringing your entire group? I thought others had other things they wanted to go and research.
I think
Darren's gone.
I'd honestly
look-
talking to a librarian about the books.
I think about the rest of the party. Others have their secrets. I believe that I'm allowed my own. Xander can come.
Okay.
but Reserve can't.
We're splitting
I'm
the party in
actually-
3 different ways again.
Before going in, actually, I do want to look around for Veriloth.
He's still there, standing over by the bookshelf, just kind of watching, smiling, in fact.
Oh, I want to go so bad.
If you don't go now, you'll never get a chance to go again.
I know, but what if you know what? I mean, Veriloth
absolutely
surely
get a
knows
chance to go
everything,
again.
right? Oh my!
What's,
Oh
what's,
my
hap-
gosh!
what's happening right now?
He's contemplating a decision
He's
so
got-
that
He's
Okay.
got multiple things he
So
wants
while,
to do.
while
This
he
is
thinks
actually
about that,
Xander just breaking down, and I'm like,
uh-huh.
all right, kid, like we're going, like we're in the door, man.
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah,
know if
I know.
Razier is joining those two with Thask or not. That's all I want to know. He's not denying. I mean, he's just asking the two of you if the rest of your group is going. Garen and Blackstar have gone off with the librarian. Clovis apparently has gone off with a librarian of his own, different directions. And Razier and Xander and Darrow are now standing there before Thask.
I'm gonna go.
Y'all want me tagging along, or did I find something else to look at?
Your friend's gonna find out anyway, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, probably. I don't know.
Your call. You can tag along, but hold on.
I'll turn to Thas really quick. How aware are you of the history revolving our little group?
Oh, that. Well, I couldn't hide anything from him if I chose to, anyways.
All right, I'm going with you. Let's go.
All right, Razier, come on in.
Right. Yeah. And I look over to Veriloth, and just in my mind, unless there's something else you want me to look at.
There's nothing here that I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'll tag along.
Trying to flex.
Okay. 3 of you head off with Thask towards his office. Anybody opposed to going a bit longer tonight? Not like
no
long,
opposition from me.
I'm good to
long.
keep going.
Eric's
Or
looking a little
maybe you want us.
I'm just tired, but I'm good to go.
Yeah, or maybe you want us to. Those of us who are going to
Drink
go
more water.
like read book stuff. We tell you what we want to look for, so you can prepare that stuff for next time. And we could
Well-
go in the office.
I mean,
do the office stuff.
yeah, the office stuff can probably happen now, and
Yeah.
because I'm interested.
You sure
or,
about that?
or the other way, or the other way around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the other way around. The office stuff is like a
Oh,
whole
that's
session.
true. I just yeah.
To me, I'm down to keep going, but this also sounds like a good, like narratively, a good stopping
Yeah.
point.
So, what is Clovis looking for in the library?
So at first it was just going to be one thing, but now there's a second thing that interests me after what what's his name, the receptionist said, Quip said.
But
So information about the backpack, because he said they'd seen multiple of those, and if they have information about the Guardian of Dragonback Beat or similar entities. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Awesome. Specifically regarding the backpack, is it because Clovis doesn't know what the backpack is?
Yeah, I kind of want to know a bit more where it came from, because I kind of figured out what it does, but not
Gotcha.
its origins.
Oh, its origins. Gotcha. Okay.
Lore.
Yeah, the lore.
Blackstar and Garen, what are we searching for in the library?
Garen really just wants to know more about the elementals. Realistically, just understand that more. Because as far as he's understood, that's just normal to him. But being in Talnoro has made him recognize that his normal is not enough, so he needs to expand like his knowledge of everything. And it ironically it's starting in the place where he grew up, so he's just curious. And also like the gods Mathis and Haldur. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Halduar.
Halduar.
What about them?
Well, they were tied like it was a while ago, but you tied them to his glyph, so he wanted to see if he can get more understanding of his glyph and its origin and like its purpose or whatever through understanding them more.
Okay. Easy
That's
enough.
it.
Good. Blackstar?
Blackstar wants to help Garen read about Hyalus. I want to learn more about what Hyalus is about. If I'm going to tell him to accept some of Talnoro, then I'm going to...
No. You need to learn about it to be able to destroy it better later.
Nope, I'm going to understand Hyalus and why Garen thinks that way and make it something for Blackstar. I also want to know if there's a primordial involved in the elementals behind Hyalus. So information about primordials, because I know that the Veritas came in search of the primordials to use them. Does Hyalus have anything to do with a primordial, maybe an Earth primordial or something? And then I also just want to know about Kezerak, what he's doing, like why he's there, like just the general information. And I'll talk to Grignac about it too if he wants to chime in with things. So.
Okay. And before I ask the other three, so that I can be helped for next session, I just want to...
As if he's going to prepare anything.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
It'll be in his mind at least, so it's different.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that we'll do like an investigation roll for whoever's searching for things, and then depending on what the role is, the amount of information that's provided would be based on that. But that means that next session I'm going to be doing a lot of talking.
Tim, I don't mind you talking.
We'll just get
I
our
say this all the
popcorn,
time.
we're good.
You're the only one who says that, so
It could be our turn with the popcorn.
there you go.
Well, then I will second.
I love to
Alex's-
eat popcorn while Tim.
I love lore.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a big
love
lore
lore.
guy. I am a big lore guy.
Oh, also, if Garen or just for next week, if they're searching near me or I'm involved with them, I will bardically inspire them in case the roll happens while I'm not around or something. You have inspiration for sure from me, Garen.
How long does it last?
It's like
10
10 minutes, I
minutes?
think. So it'd
Yeah.
at least be something to get them started searching.
Sure.
Maybe help them to get in the right area. I don't know.
But
I don't know
would-
how it.
I mean, if we're together, can't we just give each other advantage on like our to like help?
Yeah, but
Like, is that the help
my
action?
bardic inspiration also adds 1d8.
Yeah.
Okay. On top of
So
that.
for the
Then again,
first
my
10
question
minutes.
is, does the mark suppress that?
Oh.
Is that
No.
magic?
Not so innate abilities like class features or feats are not suppressed.
So
I can
B2
still
could
rage.
teleport right now.
Unless the feat is a spell.
Doesn't it say sometimes?
Is the bardic
I can
inspiration a
rage.
spell?
No,
That's not a
it's
spell, it's a
it's
class
and it doesn't
feature.
say anything about it being magical. It's just I
Right.
inspire people.
Right.
Yeah.
So like my instrumental, like I'd just be playing. It's not like I'm casting anything. I'm just.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do it, Garen. Remember, you read a book.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
You read a book once when
What's
you were
the-
5. There were
what's
a
the
lot
charm-
of pictures.
What's the charm that Blackstar uses?
Oh yeah, my man, the one that takes a minute, enthralling performance.
Right. That's not a spell.
No, well, I mean, technically, I don't think charge of performance with seductive fey magic. So yeah, it's magical in nature.
Gotcha. So then that one wouldn't work. So anything related to magic is what doesn't work. So
Yeah, I think
just a,
bardic inspiration to me always was like someone cheering you on, like not necessarily
Yeah.
magical.
okay. I know what Thrask wants to talk to Darrow about. Razir is just there, and as will Veriloth. There'll probably be a little bit of interesting
Might have
banter going back
Some
and forth as they
questions
listen.
A lot of
Okay.
RP.
for him based on the fact that he knows who Xander was alluding to.
Okay, so that's good to know. Just so that future me has a little bit of a heads up, so that
Yeah.
I'm not, grasping for. So that's good. And then also, what will Xander be trying to probe about?
Gently probing about like past history, like what may have been lost to time. Because I'm not trying to ask his age, but he has alluded to being more than hundreds of years old.
So are you going to ask, how long ago was your first memory?
Well, I mean, kind of. I'm trying to like, I'm trying.
So,
I'm
a
trying
more
to get
roundabout way of asking his age.
Not necessarily. It's just more about like, what is the history that has been removed from history books? I will go find it myself if you don't tell me. But like, I would love to hear it from the mouth of someone who seems like they may have been there.
Yeah, right, someone who might have been alive at that time.
Yeah.
Like,
So.
And you
that's
can
kinda
assume if he really is the age that he looks like he is, he either somehow survived the first apocalypse, or he was resurrected.
Yes.
One of those two things. All right. So then I feel like I don't need to ask Darrow, but I'm going to anyways. No, you're shaking your head.
No, I'm throwing curveballs at you, Tim.
Oh, really? Yeah.
what's the meaning of life?
Yeah.
How do I get to level 20 fast?
I want
Yeah.
That's great. Does Darrow and or B2? We haven't heard from B2 in quite a while. Feels like.
I know. No
I
one's
would
asked
say-
B2's processing.
anything about that, so I haven't said anything.
I bet we asked, and you said he was.
When
Yeah,
we
he-
landed, before we
yeah,
came
that's right.
into town, we asked if
You said he's had a lot to
We're
unpack.
catching you.
or
We're catching
something.
you in a lie now.
Oh, you're catching me in my own.
It was like 5 weeks ago.
It's
When,
been
why?
Yeah.
B2 this whole time, and he's just putting on an appearance. to pretend to be
B2's
Darrow.
acting
So
real tough.
earlier it was B2 pretending to be Darrow pretending to be B2.
It goes
Yeah,
layers deep.
Layer.
Um,
B2ception.
So
Yeah. Do you have a top to remember what layer you're on?
Is there anything that you want to give me an inkling at all?
Yeah. I mean, I want to ask about Lady Moon Shadow because I want to know. I want to know what happened to Aeon and Dara. Like he just wants information.
You want the
around.
whole story.
Yeah, and I know that's not going to happen, but like to me, that's what Darrow would be like looking for. If
What
this
can
is
you
the
tell
spot,
me?
Right.
if this is the spot of secrets, what can you tell me?
Right.
As a
Okay.
player, I recognize I'm not getting everything, but
Yeah.
Right.
as a character,
Yeah. It's been trickled slowly over the past well, at this point, like month and a half, 2 months now.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. But we will go ahead and call it for tonight's session there.